Okay, it says live now. Let me go and see if I see it now. Let me refresh this page so I can make it so people can see it now.
Yeah, mine said live too.
Right, yeah, I just clicked that. I guess maybe you know now I see it. Okay. I see where on here it says live now. Now go to edit so that I can tell it to make it public because I know I have it on private. Here, okay, private. Okay, I'm gonna say public, save changes. So hopefully once this goes through, we'll start seeing people come in.
Uh,
All right, so it should be public now. I then let me bring it up because I like to watch the stream over here. I have a second monitor over here where I can,
oh yeah,
because for some reason on Hangouts, if you stream straight through YouTube, you can see the comments. But because I use Hangouts is the only way I can bring other people on.
yeah,
And so, but when I do that, I don't see the comments. I have a chat thing over here, but I don't see it.
yeah,
The YouTube. So what I do is I wind up looking at my own stream over here on the other
yeah.
monitor over here. I look at my own stream just to see it. So all right,
Yeah.
let me.
I just got a notification that you went live, so
Okay, cool. Yeah,
yeah.
let me see if I can. You might have to do the same thing to see the chat. I don't know well how it is on your
That,
end, but
that
yeah, I have to actually look at the stream.
Okay, cool.
turn it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, I'm gonna have to turn mine down too. Oh, there it is. Hold up, let me turn mine down. Boom. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh, it says 11 people watching. What's good, everybody? What's good? Y'all got to say something though. We see that people are in here, but you got to speak to us. Blue Misses. Hey, how you doing, Blue Misses? You just left me a comment the other day, recently. How you doing? All right. Who else is up in this piece? Y'all gotta make sure y'all say what's up to First Sons also. Um, is that Forever Green? Hello, Forever Green. Is that Jungman Nui? His most lush chords progressions and explain it. Play most lush progressions and explain it. Okay, is that like a order, like a demand or something, bro? Manny Bug 90. What's good, man? Oh my goodness, my nephew, my blood nephew is in here. Hey Michael, what's going on? That's my blood nephew right there, y'all. That's my youngest nephew right there, Michael. What's up? What you doing up here in the chat? You trying to hang out with your uncle, huh? He don't call me Uncle Jazz. He called me Uncle Richie. He called me by my legal name. That's my blood nephew right there. Uh, please. Hey, what's going on, Mark Washington? Just practicing this song, ribbon. Oh, okay, Blue. So you learning ribbon in the sky. That's what's up. Yeah, I did that one a few months ago. You should let us hear what you can do. You should let us hear what you know what you can play already. Are you shy or you want to come on this? We can bring you up on here so we all can listen to you. Anything's possible. Anthony Dill, greetings from Louisiana. What's going on, Anthony, man? Greetings from Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, you saying you will come on the live? You serious, Blue? If you serious, all I need is your email address and I can send you a link. I can understand if you don't want to put your email address in the chat, just let me know. You can send it to my email address because my email address is already out there. Trust me, I get like hundreds of emails from strangers all the time. Some of them cussing me out, and some of them just asking questions. But you can always email it to mine because mine is already out. Let me see. I will. That's okay if you're not fluent though. It's all good, man. Trust me. I don't know how long you've been on this channel, but look, we don't care if you only been playing for one day, man. We all try to just be a musical family together and just encourage one another. So don't let that, you know what I'm saying, stop you or anything. Forever Green, thank you for what you do. I've learned a lot. Oh man. No, that's what the whole channel's about, man. I'm glad that I'm able to help, man. Definitely glad. Remind us all how we can get a request in. Just look at the description of any of my tutorials. If you go to any of my tutorials, like I'll say like the last 200 or 300 tutorials I've done, any of them. Just click the description and all the information is right there. It's a PayPal link right there. Yo, First Sons, man. I'm up here running my mouth, man. You might as well talk to them for a minute. Yeah, I told, if y'all saw my community post, I said I was gonna have a guest running things on here. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna mute my microphone, let him talk to y'all for a minute while I catch up on the comments. Go ahead, First Sons.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's First Son Motif, hanging out with my main man, House of Jazz. I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to learn that intro, that dope intro, man. I was gonna surprise you with it, but I got caught up running around today.
You want me to teach it to you right now?
I was gonna play it on the keyboard, but I slipped up. But yeah, I'm happy to be in the house with my man, House of Jazz, y'all. Y'all go ahead and hit that like, man.
Definitely, y'all hit the like, man.
Likes, man. Come on, man. This is man. Give it up for him, man.
For real, yeah. Everybody in here hit the like, because I don't know if y'all understand that some people will say, I don't understand why your channel isn't bigger and your channel hasn't grown quick. And I'm like, because y'all don't click like. I look at a lot of my videos, and you know, some videos might get it, but then other videos might have like 10 or 12 likes, but will have like 2,000-3,000 views. And I'm like, just click the like button. It really does help. It does.
For real, y'all.
To be honest with you, even the ones that click the unlike, I'm gonna leave their names. I already know one person that does the unlike. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us already know who that is, but we ain't gonna call nobody's name. But other than that, you know, even though sometimes I think the unlikes help too. So if you don't like me, click unlike, and you'll still be supporting me. Oh, Angela's up in here. What's going on, Angela? Angela, that's one of my friends. That's one of my friends I actually like know in real life. She helped me get out of some legal stuff too, man.
What's up, Angela?
Let's go. Anthony McCrae Jr. What's going on, Anthony? Remind us. Let me see. I still need some part. Okay, I saw that. I got that Rick James down packed now. Rick James. I did a Rick James song. What Rick James song did I do? It was an Anthony. Yeah, what Rick James song? I did a Rick James song. Micah says Super Mario. Well, we're not talking about Super Mario Brothers, Micah, man. I'm sorry, brother. We in here talking about music. My little nephew. For those who don't know, Micah Pearson, that's actually my blood nephew right there. Like he's like blood nephew. So he chilling with his uncle on the live tonight. Let me see. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh no, it's all good, Blue. Like I said, if you want to come on, we'll let you slide on. We'll listen to you, and you know we won't laugh at you. We won't laugh at you. I'm just playing. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, Jerry Ford. Okay, y'all. If y'all remember the video I did, I guess it was about a year ago. I went into a music store, and this guy actually, it's the first time and the only time this ever happened to me. Somebody walked up to me like, "Yo, I know you. Yo, you House of Jazz." Is that? And when we did a video, that's Jerry Fort right there. That's the guy I met at the music store. It's to this day, it's the only time that's ever happened to me. I'm literally just walking in the music store, and dude, like, I know you. I think that was the first thing he said to me was like, I know you. And I'm looking like, you do? Yeah, man, that was crazy. Big brother, greatest day ever. Oh, he said the greatest is when he ran into me at the music store. Yo, man, it was great, man. We had fun, man. Because then one of my other friend was there too. Aaron was there too. He was the one that held the camera while we was making those videos and doing all that singing over at Bill's Music Warehouse, man. That was just a great day. It really was. Okay, Micah, you want to know why we're not talking about Mario? Micah, you do view my videos, right? You know, I mean, you've been physically down here. You know what your uncle does on YouTube, right? Piano tutorials and music, right? So that's the reason why we're not in here talking about Mario. Now, if you want to do a live stream, I will come on yours one day, not tonight, but I'll come on yours and we can talk about Mario all day because I'm the one that taught you about Super Mario Brothers back in the day. You know, I have no issues with Mario. You know that. I could whoop your behind in any Mario Brothers game. You know what I'm saying? Except for that what's they call that fighting one? Mario, the one where they all fighting each other. I don't play that, so you probably could beat me in that game. But anyway, uh, um, hey Flow, House of Flow. Okay, Caden, House of Flow. I'm gonna bring this so I can see the chat even better. Just hold on for a second, because I'm like straining to see that chat over there. I'm gonna bring it over here to this monitor over here. Okay, now where is it? Yeah, now I can see it better. Okay. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Remind us how we Rick James. Yeah, you gotta let me know. Thanks for good. What's up, First Sons? Uh Greatest day up. Okay, Michael. Why? Flo, can you please teach me Merry Go Round by Music Soul Child? I'm not familiar with the song, but I'm pretty sure I could learn it. So all you gotta do is just check the description box of any of my tutorials and you'll see the links to the PayPal. I can put the link in the chat if you want. Uh and anybody that wants to just donate just because they want to donate, I'll just put it in the chat. But for piano tutorial requests, it requires a donation of at least $20 because I gotta live right now. I'm not working a regular job because some of y'all know I had the issue with a partial amputation to my foot and everything, and that foot is still healing. It's almost completely healed though. It's almost completely healed. So I'm still, so I'm like, yeah, we have to do it that way. But let me see. Um, all right, let me see. Hopefully, I typed the link out correctly. I'm going by memory now, and my memory is not always the best. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so yeah. So if anybody wants to request a piano tutorial, there you go. There's the PayPal link. So there you go. All right. Micah Gaming coming soon. Oh, you're gaming coming soon. Okay, Mike. Well, you gotta let me know when you do it. I'll definitely join in on yours. Definitely gotta support my nephew. He just turned 11 years old too, y'all, about 2 weeks ago. Why is he? My skills are nice because of my big homie. Oh yeah, Jerry Fort, man, you already had skills, man. When I met him, ran into him at the music store, man, I was like, yo, dude, you already can play. And he can sing his behind off too. Y'all saw that in the video. He could sing his butt off. Fire and Desire. Oh yeah, you know what? I do remember doing something called Fire. Yeah, Fire and Desire. I remember. That's with the lady. Oh my goodness. Help me, First Sons.
Tina Marie.
Thank you, Tina Marie. Right. Yeah, that's a classic, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Anthony, you should jump on in and let us hear you play that joint, man. Mark Washington, before you leave, bless us with some common gospel chords. I mean, I don't know. Oh, my other nephew is up in here. Oh, dang. What's going on, Marcellus Phase Lit Boy 223? What's going on, man? This is the first time that my blood nephews are up in the room. That's what's up. What's going on, Christopher Ward? Hey, what's going on? Oh yeah, Angela. Thank you. Angela was telling me that the fighting game is called Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, that's probably about the only Mario game that my nephews could probably beat me up. They could beat me because I don't play that. But if you want to put on some Super Mario Brothers 1, man, I will save the princess. They won't even get a chance to save her because I have already saved her already. But anyway, all right, that's showing how old I am. All right, Shades Michael. Oh, what's up, Shades Michael? Shades up in his house. What's up? Can't believe what I'm watching, Sir Jazz with the First Son. Did you ever put Hangouts on your phone, Shades? Because you can join in too. You said you was going to do it. Dr. Howard's up in here. What's up, Jazz? Going to send you another one tonight. Trying to narrow down what song I want next. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the support. Jerry Fort, been praying for you, big. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Y'all have no idea. It's like God has definitely been with me. He's been supplying, and even financially, it's just like The requests have been coming in, and I mean, it's like, yo, it's like the bills are paid, and I'm like, I'm almost scratching my head, like, am I going to go back to work now? Maybe I don't need to. I don't know. I mean, it's starting to slowly, be a nice flow coming in. It's not, it's starting to become. I'm like, wow, this might could be something in another year or two. So yeah. Um that's a good request, merry-go-round. Okay. The most okay, Micah. No, don't do it. Don't do what, Micah? What are you saying? Don't do it. Or you want to try right now? Well, Shades, I have to send you a link or an invitation for you to join in on the live. But do you have? Let me ask you. Do you have uh Hangouts already installed on your phone? Or if you're sitting at your computer, you can just go to the website and do it. Because I'm sitting on my computer doing this right now, so you don't even have to install anything. I don't think. I want to. How do I get to the video? How do I get the video to you, brother? Man, you can just come on the live and you can play it right now, Anthony. Forget about that. Sending the video, man. We live. I could bring you on just like First Sons, and the way we on right now. I could bring you on right now, and you can sit down and play. I got my keyboard on too. We could play it together, even though I don't remember how to play it. But I can pull up the chord sheet. I can pull up the chord sheet. Yeah, this channel about to blow all the way up. Well, y'all keep clicking, y'all click those thumbs up, man. Click the thumbs up, because that definitely helps YouTube to promote the live, and that'll bring more people here, and maybe after they come here they might subscribe and all that stuff. So it's all good. No, I'm on my oh no, it's okay. If you're on your phone, it's all good, man. If you're on your phone, just yeah, just like I said, is it on your phone already, Shades? That's the question. Morris 7EH1. Unfortunately, I have absolutely no training whatsoever to help with somebody that's feeling that way. My suggestion would be to you can call 911 or someone that that knows you. I have absolutely no training in that. No knowledge of that at whatsoever. So I don't know if you're serious or if you're just trolling the live. So I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. Just leave it at that. Shalom Vlogs, what's going on? Shalomo, man. I know I probably messed up your name, but I know exactly who you are, brother. I know who you are, man. And I appreciate that donation you sent me when I was in the hospital, and you just sent a little something just to help out, man. I appreciate that. I remember that, man. Thank you so much, man. Blow up the channel. That's right, Micah. You make sure you click the thumbs up too. Why is your mate laughing at me? I'm jumping now. Okay. All right. Okay. I want all right. You will definitely have 1 million subscribers one day, home. Without yo, A Major up in here. What's going on? That's my homie, yo. A Major. That's another yo. Y'all want to hear somebody that can play some keyboards. A Major, let me know if you want to get on this live, man. That dude can play. He has videos of him playing. He got plenty of videos. Matter of fact, his channel's bigger than mine. Shoot, he big time. Your channel is growing big time. Proud of you, man. Yo, you need to come up on this live, man. You definitely. Yes, I'm on my phone. I'll download the app. Okay, Shades. Let me know after it's all downloaded. We're good, bro. I was a prank fatty. You look like a Muppet. Okay, time to eject somebody out of the chat now. Hold on. I haven't had to do this before. Let me see. I'd use it from this channel. Goodbye, sir. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anybody else needs to be kicked out the chat? Dude, don't be messing up a good thing. Don't worry about it, Mark. Already. He can't leave any more messages. It's all good, man. So, right now we just doing the hellos and everything. We actually do have a couple of things that we want to talk about musically this evening. So right now I'm just making sure I'm saying hello to everyone. And First Sons, anything you want to say to them, man? Because I know I've been running my mouth the whole time.
Nah, you you got it, bro. That's it. Just shout out to everybody. I'm glad to be joining you this evening, bro.
Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. You have no idea. It's funny. First Sons had left a message, a comment on a video today saying, "Yo, man, you need to do another live soon." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm already planning on doing one tonight. You want to come on?" And he was like, "Yep." And here he is. So yeah, this wasn't even like planned like days in advance. This was just hours in advance.
Yeah, man. I love
Okay.
talking about music. I love talking about keyboard. I can talk about it all day long, bro.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, you hold up, man. You down in North Carolina, right? First Sons.
uh, South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say my cousin from North Carolina just said something. James Dunn. Yeah, you have not seen your oldest cousin speaking not once. Try to show you love, fool. Man,
Yeah.
don't be calling you. You lucky. You my cousin, man. I'll kick you out the room too, man. You lucky. You my mama's sister's son. Is that right? Right, my mama's sister son. Yeah, yeah. You lucky. You my mama's sister son. Actually, I did see that you uploaded 2 videos, Mike. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. What's good, y'all, man? James Dunn, yo. That's this is the first time I've had blood family up in my chat. This is like making me feel like, wow, this blood family. I got my 2 youngest nephews. Now I got my blood cousin. Oh, that's what's up, man. Got the family trying to be up on the live. That's what's up. Anthony, A Major, you said, how do you do it? Do you have um Hangouts already installed? Like Hangout? If you have a Google account, you have Hangouts. Do you have Hangouts? That's how I can bring you on. I can bring you on via Hangouts. Just let me know if you have it. If you do, I can send you a link to it. You Yeah, proud of you, man. Do you think, man? We trying, man. I appreciate that, Sir James Dunn. We call him James Jr. in the family. You know what I'm saying? James, that's James Jr. We don't call him JJ like they did on Good Times because his name was James Jr. too. Now we just call him. We don't call him JJ. We just like, what's up, James Jr. Ah, man. So yeah, like I said, we actually do have some things we want to do. Now, those that was here last week, that one of the things I did, and I admitted that I kind of got the idea from Kev on stage, and some of y'all probably are familiar with his YouTube channel. Him and his friend Doughboy, they do a podcast, but at the end they always do a one gotta go. One and then they'll list some different things to say one gotta go. And I was like, man, I said, I want to do that. I want to do that. So I'm not gonna lie, I stole the idea from them, but they're not the only ones they're not the first ones to do it either. But I'm
Right.
just saying that's what I was watching when I said, man, I want to do that. So we did definitely have one, and it's going to be female R&B groups. So we're going to give y'all a list of female R&B group. It's a long list, so we're going to say 2 got to go. We're going to say 2 got to go. It's like about 6 or 7 people, groups, I should say. And y'all going to, and when we say they got to go, that means they never existed. That means their music doesn't exist. That means you will have to know what life is like to have never heard their biggest hits or anything. It's like it just never happened. So we'll bring those artists up soon. We'll bring them up soon. Micah, Micah and Marcellus, did y'all say what's up to your cousin James Jr.? I hope y'all better remember him. I know y'all remember him. Shoot, y'all seen him plenty of times. I know he out of state and everything, but y'all know who he is. Next time I'm home and you're on the live stream, I'll definitely play Brother Jazz. Okay, that's what's up, Anthony. Universal Parent Richard. Oh wow, your name is Richard, just like me. Do you guys know blues riffs on the keyboard? I'm not really a blues player like that, but I mean, I know dominant 7 chords and dominant 9, and I know those are definitely we'll get you started with the blues. You know what I'm saying? Get fit or die trying. That's Nassim Muhammad. Yo, what's up, Jazz and Motif? Jazz, I got a question. What's your question, Mr. Nassim Muhammad? What's your question, man? Can't believe that they are both almost teens. No, almost. Yo, Marcellus is a teen. He just turned 13 back in November, James. Mm. Yo, what's your question? Question Nasim, and y'all can ask First Son's questions too, man, because he has questions he's going to ask me, and I told him don't even tell me what they are, so he's going to eventually start asking me questions. I have not a clue. I specifically said don't even tell me what they are because it makes it more fun if I don't know what the questions are ahead of time. So we'll be jumping to that soon, as soon as we get all the hellos out the way. Can't believe that they are both. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up? I'm glad I am. Oh yeah, I'm glad you are too. That means you're still alive, Marcellus. I'm glad you're a teenager because that means you're still alive. Yes. You serious? Wow, I'm ready. I'm really getting old. Oh yeah, yeah, you definitely old, James. Oh yeah, you definitely old, man. I believe they had. I think your picture is next to Jesus Christ, right?
Oh,
No, I'm just man. Uh, go crazy. What are you talking about? Hey yo, I'm trying to wait to see. I'm looking for I Shades Michaels. You said that you was gonna let me know when you have Hangouts installed and A major. I'm waiting to find out. You know, 'cause if I can get y'all on now, then we can definitely move on. What's your dream keyboard? Okay, hold up. Before that question, I had. Can you, yes, yes, not same. Although, oh, yes, you can request a different one. What's your dream? Okay, I said this one last week, so I'm gonna say it again this week, man. My dream keyboard, and it's funny because I have a variation of it, but it's still not the 100% legitimate one. Like this little gray keyboard back here. This is called a Yamaha Mo 6. So it has every sound that's in it is from the Motif keyboard. It's just not every single sound from the Motif board. You know what I'm saying? So my dream board is the Motif. One day I want to find a used one. It's hard to find them used because people buy them. As soon as they get as soon as they come into a store, it's like boom, boom, boom. So my dream board is to have a full-fledged Motif and not just the Mo 6. I'm very happy with this because I have this, you know, but I want the real deal now. I want the real deal Holyfield. So that's my dream keyboard. And I know that Yamaha has the montage out and everything, but I'm like, I'm still stuck on Motif, man.
yeah.
I'm still stuck on Motif. I mean, the montage, I'm pretty sure has all of the Motif sounds and then a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm like, just give me the Motif and the full fledged one that has all the keyboard sounds from it and everything. Although these have some nice ones. I mean, that's just the piano sound, but yeah, and you are even though the keyboard is back here, that you are hearing that keyboard when I play the keyboard up here because I'm using MIDI to trigger that board back there. So you are hearing that board, even though I'm over here playing. Y'all can't really see what I'm doing. For those that don't know, I am sitting in front of a keyboard. Ha 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 ha. Oh, it's crooked. Ew. Look at that. Oh, crooked and everything. There you go. Is that better, y'all? Is that better? So yes, I use 88, this 88 key. This is a digital piano actually. And I use this because I like weighted keys. Micah, you should know about this. You was just down here playing this on one of his videos. My nephew Micah, he does YouTube videos about video games and stuff. So I let him do a video down here using my equipment down here, and he was playing. I don't know what he was playing, but it's on his channel. All y'all gotta do is click on his name. You'll see. It was a few weeks ago when he did it though. But anyway, this is 88 weighted keys, and that's what I like to use. I like to have weighted keys. So this digital piano was under $400 brand new, and it has a USB MIDI on it. So this is connected MIDI to my PC down here, and then from my PC I have a my sound card. I have a Personas, right? I have like their cheapest sound card. It's like their $99 sound card, and that sound card does have MIDI cables on it and everything. So I use the MIDI out and the MIDI out and the MIDI in on the sound card and run MIDI cables to the keyboard that's behind me. So that's why I'm able to sit here and have 88 fully weighted keys, but I'm playing that short 61 key joint. So yeah, I'm from the old school. Back in the day, you used to have to know how to do MIDI and set up the MIDI interfaces. You had to. It's like nowadays it's different when you get these, the stuff that's out now. But back in the day, you had to know how to have all your keyboards working in sync and everything. So I'm a geek from the past. uh Let me see. Got to, bro, Micah, chill out, boy. Okay, you know what, Micah Marcells, I know y'all two better. I know y'all better settle down before I drive over. I know where y'all live. I'll come over there with the belt, messing up my live stream. Yo, Motif, introduce yourself, brother. I'm gonna let him introduce himself for those who don't know him. Y'all should know him because I've promoted him on my channel so many different times. It's not even funny. Play something. Hello. If I get a chance. Bye, Uncle. Okay, Micah must be leaving. All right, Mike. I thought holla at you later, man. Looked up. Just 400. Okay. Can I be a sponsor to you to do Prince Scandalous? I mean, yeah. I put the link to my PayPal in the chat, but you can go to any of my tutorial videos to get the link for it to be able to do that. Kingdom Minded 87. You never did my tutorial, America, the beautiful Ray Charles. It's coming, Kingdom. It's coming. It's coming. You'll be surprised how many people are still waiting on their tutorials. I'm just I can only knock them out one at a time. But I do remember that. Yes, you did send that, and it is coming. Mark, Jazz, you're right about that one. Had to know what you were doing with that MIDI. Okay, Micah, you're back. All right. All right, First Sons, you can actually give an introduction to yourself since it was requested by Nassim to do so.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, you guys? Let me turn this one off so I'm not confusing myself. I'm First Son Motif. I'm a student of House of Jazz from Charleston, South Carolina. Keyboardist, guitarist. Happy to be here with you guys. Anything?
I was gonna say, dang, man, you don't got nothing else, man. Dang. But
I can't tell if I'm on because I see you, so I'm not sure.
Oh no, I was just waiting. I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? All right, well then I guess we can go hit on. We got the hellos out. We have, it says 19 is watching, so you had some questions for me again. If you just came in and you didn't hear this, I have no idea what his questions are. So I told him specifically, I said, you have questions you want to ask me? Say, yeah. Then he said, I'll send you the questions. And I said, don't send them to me. So here we go.
I got 5 questions for him.
I'm nervous.
Do you play the organ?
You know what? That's interesting. You know what? I really don't. I don't. It's funny. The church where I am now has an organ. I'm the only musician there right now. And even the church where I played previously, they have an organ. And I have years ago, I may have played the opening hymn on it, but even though the notes on the organ, yes, it's the same. Middle C on the organ is middle C on the piano. I get it. But it's a certain style that an organist has to, that plays. It's like either you're an organist or you are a keyboard player trying to play the organ.
I know what you're
and when I get on the organ, I sound like a keyboard player trying to play the organ. So am I an organist? Not by a long shot. Nope.
Yeah. You know, funny that you said that because I remember like it was an old video on YouTube with Twinkie Clark. She was playing a Yamaha keyboard. And I was laughing to myself because she sounded like an organist playing like a DX FM, electric piano sound. It was just hilarious.
Right. Yeah, like, she's an organist.
Holding her notes down or whatever.
Yo, but she's an organist. She's a real organist.
Yeah.
I don't know how well she plays piano, but she's one of you're right. So you said she sound like an organist playing the keyboard. I have to check that out.
All right. So I was just wondering because I know you was a church musician, and most You know, I know you probably can get up there and do a little something. I just wondering if, you know, did you, because a lot of people, they kind of start off with the organ and they kind of go into the piano or whatever.
Nah, I've been piano the whole
You know,
way,
when you're
man. It's like
5 years old,
I started in high school, and it was when I really got into music. I got into the choir, and in that choir room, they had two different grand pianos. So that's what I used to. When the first time I ever touched the piano, you know, that was I was on the grand piano, and that's what I, you know, like, oh, what's this? Oh, and that's, you know, so yeah, not an organ, man.
I didn't have this on my list, but I want to ask you, do you know, a lot of times, do you play solo or do you play in a band when you play at church?
At church, because I don't have a I'm the only musician, so I'm solo at church. Um, there is a band that I kind of started playing with like last year, and it's
Mhm.
funny because we're actually getting ready to rehearse. You know what? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we're going to be rehearsing next Saturday. I don't even know if I'll be able to do a live on Saturday, next Saturday. But you know, so I mean, obviously, y'all saw the video from like 20 years ago when I played with a band back then, and I have played with other bands since then, but not a whole lot. We did play one thing last year. My friend wanted to do a surprise 75th birthday party for his mother, and so the guys who I'm playing with now, most of us was able to make that. It was like the drummer, I was the keyboard, we had the guitar. I had to play bass. I had to play key bass because our bass player couldn't. He thought he could make it, but he couldn't at the last second. So I had to split my keyboard and do bass lines on the left hand and keys on the right. But it was cool. But yeah, but at church, yeah, it's just me. It's just me.
Oh, cool, cool. Second question I have is well, I think someone kind of asked this question, but I hope it's a different answer though about keyboards. It's name one musical instrument that you don't have. If you could snap your fingers right now, what would it?
You might as well go to the next question because you already know the answer.
I
If I could snap
think
my fingers,
yeah.
I don't even know. They had so many different motifs. I know it's like one like the ES and all that stuff. Whichever one was the last one that they had, if I could snap my fingers, that would be the one, the 88 key version of it. Because
Yeah,
I want the weighted keys.
I think the XS might have been. No, it's
That sounds right. The
yeah,
XF or something like that, or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But
If I
now, I mean, I'm not just talking about keyboards either now.
oh, what are you talking about?
I mean, like a Rhodes piano. Well, I'm kind of
Oh, you said,
now.
yeah, but you know what? That might not. You know what? You got me thinking
Yeah,
because I do have Motif sounds already, but I don't have a real Rhodes.
yeah.
So you making me think on that one. I ain't even going to trip. Like
Uh,
you making me think on that. Like yeah, a Rhodes piano. I might have to think about that one, man, because I have Motif sounds, man.
yeah,
You know what? I'm kind of torn now. You done messed up my thought process now, man.
I was thinking maybe you would say one of them classic ones. You know, just for collector's item. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, you can't go wrong with a Motif, right?
Right. But that Rhodes, man, having a real Rhodes, man, you know how my tutorials would go to the next level, man. If I was sitting there playing our real Rhodes, man. Oh my goodness.
Okay, the third question. All right, this is one I'm sure most of all you guys out here like this question. What song that you like that you were ashamed to admit that you do?
You know what? You know what? I can take it one step further and say group. I can say group, and then I can tell you what my favorite song from that group is. And I can honestly say that when I was a kid, man, I ain't tell nobody. And I mean, and I really like this group. I mean, to this day, I still look at YouTube videos because they actually they just been on tour like this recently. I think even this year they've been on tour. New Kids on the Block, man. Yo, I'm a humongous fan. I love their freaking music, man. And it makes sense though. When I think about it, it makes sense because who put them on? The same dude that put New Edition on.
Yeah.
Maurice Starr.
Yeah,
I'm like, to me, I was like, no wonder why I like it. I'm like, I love New Edition. Well, the same guy that wrote the Candy Girl album is the same guy that put New Kids on the Block out. So and then my favorite song by them is and I've done a tutorial on it too. I'll be loving you forever. I'll be loving you. I'll be loving you. Boy, when I was a kid, I used to make sure that nobody was around, right? Like ain't nobody, none of my friends looking, and I'd be like, the things you do. I'd be like the only black guy up there with the five white dudes. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm part of them.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I remember their first song. It was "Please Don't Go, Girl."
Yeah.
All you have to do is
Please don't go, girl. You know what? I think I did that tutorial too. If I'm not mistaken. I think what it was is that I did three different Please Don't Go songs on the same day. I did Please Don't Go by Boys to Men, Please Don't Go Girl by them, and it was another Please Don't Go. I can't remember, but I think I did like three Please Don't Go songs. Oh, it was Tank.
oh yeah,
Please don't go.
yeah.
I did all three of them on the same day. I did it as a joke. It was I just did it. It's like I literally, if you search my video, it's probably been like a year ago, but you will see that all three of them were uploaded on the same day. Please don't go, girl. Please don't go. But go ahead.
All right, this one here might be a little tougher though. This one here is tough.
Uh-huh.
If you had to go on a trip and all you could take is one album, what would it be?
It would be my cell phone because I can put Spotify on it. And I was like, let me see, one album, man. That hurts, man. That hurts. that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. They only be able to take one album. I mean, my favorite song of all time, most people should know by now, is "On Bended Knee" by Boys to Men. That's my favorite of all time. So it's like I still go to it. I still listen to it. I still play it. So it would be Boys to Men's 2 album. It will have to be
Oh
Boys
yeah.
to Men because On Bended Knee is on it. That'll be. I'm like I can't go forever without On Bended. It's my number one song. It's like people got to understand. I think that song is pure perfection from the first note, from that first chord till the end when they hit that B flat at the end of the song.
But
It's like everything about that song is
I remember when the
perfection.
album came out, bro, and I was a real big Babyface fan then, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember "I Make Love to You" came out, and I'm like, yeah, Babyface, and it had stayed on #1 on the charts for the longest.
15 weeks,
And then
14 weeks. Yeah.
finally playing it, and then like it was "I Make Love to You" first, and then Bended Knee came on it after that.
And
I grabbed the thing to see who wrote it. I was like, wait a minute.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Babyface.
But you know what? You know what's funny about that? I don't know how many people actually realize that On Bended Knee is actually the song that knocked I'll Make Love to You from the #1 spot. They knocked their own, and I'll Make Love to You was record. It's like it was like at the time it had beat End of the Road was like #1 for like 13 weeks straight or something like that. And that had beat like the Elvis Presley record. Elvis Presley had a song that was like 11 weeks straight, and it's like no one ever had that until Boys and Men did End of the Road. But then I'll Make Love to You beat End of the Road. And then I'll Make Love to You was knocked out of #1 by On Bended Knee. So they knocked their own selves out of number. And there's only been like there's I think it's less than 5 groups or artists that's ever took themselves out of #1 with their song. It's crazy, man. Those boys, they was, but yeah, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, man. Yeah.
I was like, hey.
I'm just like there you go, that B flat. The song's not over until you hit that.
Bass walk down, man.
What you say?
Give us that bass walk down.
Oh, from the beginning.
That's
Yeah,
what
let me see. Hold up. I'll do the intro. Let me I'll let y'all see my fingers since I'm getting ready to play. Hold on. Here we go. I'm not gonna play the whole song, but yeah, I love this song, man. I love this song. Let me see. Oh, hold up. Which I go. I can make it deeper. I can do the octaves.
Yeah.
Darling, I can't explain. I'm gonna stop now because I'll start crying. I love that song.
Yeah, I still see that video in my head, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one more.
All right.
All right, this one's kind of funny, man. But
Uh-oh.
this might be
Ain't about my ex-wife or anything, is it? No, I'm sorry.
this one might be regional though.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
a Carolina thing.
Okay, maybe. Well, I don't know if is my nephew. I mean, are my cousin still up in here? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this might be a deep South thing.
Okay.
How to not panic when someone stands up in church and sing off key when you're playing on the keyboard.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you how not to panic. Stop playing. Stop playing. That's you know what, and it's funny where I play right now. I definitely, I ain't trying to put nothing out there. I'm just saying. I'll just say this: don't play. It's okay. If it's not something that's been rehearsed, and it's one thing if somebody that really has a good ear and if they stand up and start singing and you want to try to follow them, that's okay. But when someone, and that's not regional, man, that's everywhere, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. There ain't nothing regional about that at all. That's Baltimore, that's North Carolina, South Carolina, that's everywhere, bro. But but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because most people, even people who are not singers, know when somebody doesn't sound right or not. You know what I'm saying? They might not know all the terms or anything, but they know this like something's not right. You know what I'm saying? So if you just, that's me. I don't play.
Wow.
I just sit back and that's it. So that's how I don't get nervous. I'm like, okay. Number one, I don't know the song. Most of the people, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna shut up. Because this just happened. This just happened last Sunday. That's why I'm like, yo.
Now, I was trying to. It is actually some seriousness in this question. You know, I mean, I don't want to knock the church or anything like that because I know people sincerely gets up and sing, but I'm just saying like it has happened to me several times when I played in church, and I'm just like I'm starting to panic and I'm trying to like, you know, do I want to make it worse by trying to like fiddle around with the keys? You know.
I will say this: if it's you that's messing up and you can't figure it out, it is best for you to stop playing then. Yeah. Because I'm in that situation too. I could be in that situation. Let's say the singer is a good singer.
Right.
Let's say they're singing it right. And so, okay, so first of all, you don't want to be like while they're singing, you don't want to pound the note out like super loud. So it's like, so if you there's actually a grand piano where I play, so it's not like there's a volume button. So I mean, you can kind of, you can kind of softly see if you can figure out what key they're in. Usually, what I try to do is if I can wait till they sing the last note of the verse or the last note of the chorus, that's usually what key they're in, whatever that last note is. So that's my trick. So it's like I'll softly like try to play to figure out where they are in the melody, and then let's say they get to the last note. Oh God, give me the reason I'm down on bended knee. And I'm like, okay, that's E flat. So whatever that last note is, I'll say, okay, they might be in the key of E flat. So now I have a key to work with. Okay, so then I'll try the 1, 4, 5 or the 2. I'll try a different, number, try to see if I can follow them from there. But if I can't, then nah, don't do it. Don't do it, because especially if they are singing right. If they're singing it well and they got it and they sound good, then you don't want to mess them up. You don't want to mess them up.
Yeah.
You're better off not playing, especially if they do sound good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't figure it out, that's my suggestion. I have to do it myself. I mean, I don't care. And I'm not like a great keyboard player by a long shot, but I don't care how, even the greats that do it, you know, sometimes probably just can't figure it out sometimes. You gotta take that humble pie and just sit there. Yeah, some people might look at you like, oh, look at you, you can't even figure it out. Like, yeah, you're right, but guess what? You can't figure it out either. Because if you could, you would be sitting up here. You wouldn't be in the congregation. I mean, now there's always a chance that somebody out there probably could figure it out. And they might be, but I'm just saying 99.9% of the time it's, you know, yeah, they can't do
Yep.
it either. So
I got one more, and then I'm gonna let maybe some of the other people ask you questions.
Okay.
I kind of know the answer. I know you're gonna say D flat major 9 already.
Oh, okay.
but
Woo, that's such a sweet chord.
what chord when you play it, it just like you like gives you that feeling, man. Like, oh, you know.
I mean, that's what that is one of them.
Yeah.
That's one of them. I like E flat. You know what? Almost every major 9. Almost every major 9. If you notice on a lot of my tutorials, when I say you can end the song on a major 9, I say that, and I don't care what key I'm in. So it's like no matter what key, I'm like, oh, you can end it on a major 9. I love A flat major 9. I love G major 9. E flat major 9. I just well, oh yeah, E major 9. I like C major 9.
Yeah.
I love them all, man. F major 9 is good too. So but D flat major 9 really does.
Yeah.
It's when I first hooked up that same band that I played with 20 years ago. Me and 2 other guys, we had just met in 1999. I remember it was September 99 is when we had met, and we decided to try to be a, you know, writer, songwriter, producing trio. And one of the first songs that one of the guys was working on was a song that started with that D flat major 9. Now in 1999, I've only been playing the piano for about 4 or 5 years. So, you know, I really didn't know a whole lot of chords, but I remember when he was like, yo, I got this song. And it started with that D flat major 9. And I was like, man, that's a nice chord. Show that to me. And I can even still sing the song. We didn't perform it on that TV show, but it was like he was just like, baby, can we talk for a little while? On my mind, I got something heavy. I hope that you are really ready. Sometimes I don't think you understand the kind of man I am, or life I planned of love and happiness. And then on the chorus, if you know F minor 7 is what you're playing on your right hand for D flat major 9 most of the time. So when he got to the chorus, he just took the bass note to F. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what it's gonna be. I promise I'll never leave, long as you are here with me. Nights so long they never end. We could never be just friends. Baby, please just do us right. Come on over, spend the night. And he went back to D flat. I was just like, yo, so that chord it's a magic chord, man, because that's like one of the first chords when I was just like, when I realized I loved that chord. That was back in 1999 when he showed me that song. I was like, yo, and I still listen to that song because we did do an album. So sometimes I do pop that song. It's called Tell Me. I just love that joint. Then we had a bridge. I can't stand it, babe. You're driving me insane. Don't leave me in the rain with no sunshine. Got to hear from you. Said, what are we gonna do? Please don't say that we are through with no sunshine. Something like that. I forgot what the chords were, but then went back to the D flat. So yeah, there you go. That was a long way to just answer that question, but yeah.
Smooth chords. Smooth chords, for real.
hmm let me see. What did I miss? Let's go back to the chat. Shalomo said he thought I was going to say the whispers. For me, nah, I won't say the whispers is for me. Nah. It's I would never be ashamed to say I like the whispers, man. There's no shame in that. There's absolutely no shame in that, man. New Kids on the Block back in the 80s, living in the projects. Yeah, there was shame. I lived in Highland Ridge back then. Anybody that's from Baltimore, y'all know. I don't know if anybody from Baltimore. I was in Highland Ridge, man. Like, please, man, can't be walking around talking about you listening to New Kids on the Block. You crazy? I'm still alive because I kept that secret to myself. What you talking about? Let me see. I thought you the Motif XF8 is around 2000 or less. Yeah. So if 100 people, oh my god, they trying to get me the keyboard, yo. Acoustic Gassi tutorial. She said participate. We can work. Oh, y'all trying to get me the keyboard, man. I doubt if y'all can get that many people. Y'all might want to save your money. But I appreciate the thought, though. I really do. Hey, House of Jazz, do you have a tutorial for On Bended Knee? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That song gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it. Cheers, bruh. From the United Kingdom. Oh, what's going on? So that's Uganda. Yeah, man, I do. On YouTube, this is how I tell people. I'm a type. I check out the chat. I'm gonna tell you how to figure out when y'all want to know if I've done a tutorial on a song. This is how you should type it. Okay, so let's say On Bended Knee. This is if you do it like this, but you have to type my name correctly. You have to type my name correctly. Type it like that. If you go on YouTube, type the name of the song or the name of the group, and then type in my screen name just like that. I promise you, it'll be like the first result. And that's with any song if you want to be want to know if I did a tutorial on it. So if you go there, deserves to be on the radio. Oh yeah, I think I did tell me on one of my other lives before. Man, that song definitely could have been on the radio, man. I know I'm jumping questions now, but yeah, if you like I said, it doesn't matter what title. If you like, I wonder if he did this song. I wonder if he did that song. Then type the name of the song and then type my name exactly the way it's on the screen like that. It'll come up because I'm gonna let y'all know. And I said this on previous live streams. I've done so many songs. In the last 2.5, I guess pushing 3 years now. And I mean, when I say hundreds, I do mean hundreds. I don't even know what the number is, but I know it has to be more. It has to be more than 500 or 600, something like that.
800 and some, I think.
Man, so 800 is something. And this is within, and most of them were done within the last 2.5, 3 years. I promise you, I really don't remember. It's just like when someone asks me about Rick James, and I'm sitting there like, I don't remember ever doing a Rick James thing. But then when he said Fire and Desire, I was like, you know what? That's a duet. And then he First Sons had to tell me it was Tina Marie, but I was like, hold on, well, yeah, he did it with that girl. and so I do have a recollection of it, but so don't even ask me. I mean, something like On Bended Knee, yeah, you can ask me because I love that song. So of course I'm gonna remember that I did that one. Yeah, no doubt about it. Can show us how you play those major nines. How do you spread the notes between the left and right hand? This acoustic guy, see, I have no idea. He's been trying to give. I don't even know how to do this. I'll see what I can do right here on the live. Let me get through the other questions first, and I can show you what I do with the major nine chords. Tell me, is that joint though, man? Wait, if you could actually hear the real song, because I'm not the vocalist on the song. I don't sing the song, but if you could hear the two, matter of fact, if you saw if you had to look at both of the video clips of me playing with the old band, one song had one person lead singing on it, and the other song had the other lead singer on it. Well, Tell Me has both of them on it. So both of those guys, like the first verse is done by the guy who does the slow song that's on that video that I uploaded, the slow song. And then the one that did the faster song, Anything You Want, he does the second verse on it, and then they both sing the bridge. You want to hear some man? I might have to make. I do have the CD digitally. I have it on my phone, so I could upload it to my Google Drive. Maybe I should try to sell it to see if I can make some money, sell some downloads. I mean, shoot, I own the rights to the CD just like the rest of them do. So it's like I actually own it. I own the rights to it. I have songs on there that has my name on it too, for songs that's written. But unfortunately, I didn't write that song. I love that song, but that song was already done, and all I did was just kind of produce piano around it. Like he showed me what the chords were, then I was the one that kind of just filled in the chords with some other stuff. But I didn't write the song though. What age did you start playing keys, jazz? I was roughly 10th grade, so I'm going to say I had to have been around 14, 15, something around that time. Like my freshman year of high school, I still never even touched the piano yet. I started high school in 92. So I was a sophomore by 93, 94. And my sophomore year was the year that I got into the music program, Frederick Douglass High School here in Baltimore City. Back in it, I know it has a negative name now because the teacher just got shot there a couple months ago. But back in the day, man, I mean, Justice Thurgood Marshall graduated from that high school back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Cab Calloway graduated from there. So it has history. So don't look at the stuff that you see in the news now. It's just. But it was a good music program back then, and I got into it, and then I was a vocalist, like vocal major. I've always been a vocal major, never a piano major. I've always been a vocal major. But I was so intrigued when I saw people my age playing the piano. And you know what I'm saying? Those dudes, they used to have the girls like standing around. I'm like, ooh, play this, play this, play this. And I'm like, I want to learn how to play. I can play. Come on, girls. All right, come on, girl. It never worked, but I'm just saying, but seriously though, yeah, so yeah, it was around 94, so somewhere around 14, 15, something like that. It's when I started playing. Every time you play, tell me, I think, oh, I've read that already. Okay, yep. Your channel is popular enough now. Actually, we don't even have to type your name. I tried search on bended knee tutorial on YouTube. Yours is the first one to show up, at least from Canada. Oh, that's cool. That's what's up, man. Yeah, you get somewhere if you don't even have to type my name and my video pop up. That's cool. Speaking whispers, do you or have you done Olivia Lost and Turned Out? Like I said, I don't remember everything I've done, but I really have no recollection. So probably not. Like I said before, you can always go to YouTube and just type it in and put my name next to it. And if I did it, then it will pop up. But if you're in the chat and you haven't clicked thumbs up, go ahead on and click thumbs up, because that helps to get more people on the it helps to promote the live, where more people will see that I'm doing a live. So go ahead on and click the thumbs up on that. Make sure. Michael Howard, man, thank you for the donation, man. I see you said, let me see what song you decided to go with. Let's see what song you decided to go with. Oh man, Escape, man. A song by Escape. I don't know this song though. Work Me Slow, but oh man, I love Escape. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking about Escape tonight too, a little bit. They're going to it's funny. I loved it, but okay. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Any other questions for me or First Sons? How many of y'all in here have seen First Sons videos, man? Like if well, I'm going to say this right now. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, you need to do so now. Subscribe to this channel, man. This dude, what he does mostly is he'll play songs on the piano, like he does covers, but he usually finds that the acapella. So let's say like on bended knee, right? Because there is an acapella of on bended knee out there. He'll load up the acapella and he'll play the piano to the acapella. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his channel has grown. It's like I remember when he didn't have 100 subscribers, and I literally like looked and was like 300. Like, so people are like, his channel is growing, y'all. His channel is growing. So if you haven't been to his channel yet, all you gotta do is type in First Sons Motif. This First Sons Motif, you'll see it, man. Make sure you go subscribe to him.
Yeah.
He has some good stuff on there. Oh, Acoustic Gassy Tutorial said he subscribed to you. He said you're good. Yes, he is, man. He's very good.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
You the man. He gonna put me out of business. He did a tutorial on something. I don't know if Shades Michael's still in here. I think Shades Michael's asking to do a tutorial on something. And so he did it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to stop doing tutorials now, man. It's like First Sons Motif gonna take it over, man. You know, like I already got somebody else that's trying to. Nah. Shut up, Richard. Shut up, Richard. Shut up. Just don't say nothing. Shut up. Shut that. Zip it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's say this.
What you say?
Let me say this real quick.
Uh-huh.
Doing a tutorial myself really made me appreciate how much work that you put into this. I mean, people don't realize how much work that goes into making a tutorial for somebody. And I don't do half what you do. So I know, yours is really edited good and everything, where you can see everything and the software and everything else. So I just want to let everyone know that there's a lot of work that goes into it. And like I said, this guy got tons of tutorials. So if you can, and if you haven't, please support him, financially too, because it's a lot of work that goes into creating a tutorial. You have to learn the song, and then you have to sit there and and I don't know about him, he's better than me, but sometimes when you make a mistake, you might have to, or you misspeak, then sometimes you got to go and you got to re-record sections of it or whatever. So like I said, it's a lot of work that goes in, not to mention, like, I know he do 2 and 3. I see he uploads sometimes like in a day's time or whatever. And I do that. I did one for like 20 minutes and I started to almost lose my voice almost. I'm like, wow, it's a lot of work that goes into this that we don't realize it. So I just appreciate this guy. He's just really a blessing to me. And if you don't believe me, go back to my channel and look at me a year ago when I almost found him. And I guarantee you'll see how much my playing has improved. So if you stick with this channel, he's not paying me to do this, by the way.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that $20 I sent you, that was just because I was like, yeah, I'm just going to send you this $20 real quick. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, in the community and being around other people that play, I guarantee you, your playing, I see how much my playing has taken off. And like I said, just being around really good musicians that understand theory, that understand music. And, I'm just saying, like, man, and the more you play, and the more, like, he encouraged us to kind of, like, when you learn a song from him, go ahead and upload it, because that actually help you actually learn. Performing it, it's one thing to learn a song, but to actually perform it, it just makes you so much better as a player. So, like I said, I just thank God for him.
Wow, man, about to make me cry, man. I just spilled water on my shirt while you were talking, man. That's a tear, man. Nah, it's actually just water, man. But I appreciate that though. I appreciate that, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and definitely people don't realize exactly how much work goes into it. Simpler songs, okay, yes, you can get those done, relatively pretty quick if it's just a simple song, but a lot of times y'all send songs that's like nobody's never heard before. There's no sheet music for it, and that means I have to go the long route. And yeah, it could take hours sometimes to just get one song ready sometimes. So yeah, I appreciate that. I had no idea he was going to say all that, but yeah. Everything he said, man, everything he said is absolutely, it's like sometimes towards the end of my tutorials, you might hear me say, "Oh man, I'm losing my voice." Yeah, you try doing what I do when you know, and doing that all the time, always having to make the tutorials. You'll see. It's like it's you have to build up to that. You have to build up to be able to do that. Brick Jones, definitely want to congratulate you on your tutorials. I'm a bass player. Thank you so much, Brick Jones. We need to hear you play that bass. You have any videos of you playing bass on your channel, sir? Because if so, we you know the few of us on the channel that you know we dedicated with other musicians, we'll subscribe to you and anything, you know, and all that good stuff and promote you. You know what I'm saying? Any particular reason why you didn't buy the Neo Soul keys? The only reason I didn't get it was just because I have I use Reason software, and Reason had an extension pack that I could buy that has some really nice Rode sounds, and it was the real thing. And I was just like, well, I guess I just only because I just really didn't need it, because it's like it's sampled from a real Rhodes and it's done very well. And then I have the sound. I have it's called R&B soft. First Sons Motif should know it. That's on my Mo 6, but it's a Motif sound called R&B soft. So
Yeah.
I'm like, between having that for you know, if I have to go somewhere live, and then when I'm in the studio or whatever, I have that. I just didn't really have a reason to buy that. If anybody don't want to know what he's talking about when he says Neo Soul Keys, it's a gentleman named Jamal Hartwell. Man, he's an OG when it comes to piano tutorials and just in going beyond that on here on YouTube. OG, he's a man. As a matter of fact, the software that I use that shows that little digital piano stuff, he created it because he's an engineer by trade. You know, that's his software that I use to do that. The free version of his software. He actually has a free version, and there's a paid version where you can do more, but you can get that for free. And he also releases his own sound packs, you know what I'm saying? So what he did was he sampled a real Rhodes piano, 100% genuine Rhodes piano, did all the sampling and all that stuff so that you can buy it and you can sit at your keyboard and play it, and you're actually, you know, it's a real Rhodes thing. And that's what he's referring to why I didn't buy that. And I'm like, well, I have one that I'm happy with that Reason did. And it was cheaper than Jamal's too.
Yeah.
And I was happy with it. So I just didn't have a need for it. But if I man, you can he has videos, Jamal Hartwell, when he first released it. I remember when he first uploaded the video. Um, you can hear it, like he actually sits with a band. I guess he hired a band or whatever, and they go through different songs, and he's playing the neo soul so that you can really hear what it sounds like. So yeah, it's worth whatever the price of it is. And during holidays, it's like sometimes it'll be like 50% off and stuff like that. So by all means, I'm like, anybody want to get it, his stuff is always quality. So without me even buying having that particular thing, his stuff is always good, man. His stuff is great. First Sons Motif tutorials are beasts to do, especially if you have editing to do. 10-minute video can take 3 to 4 hours to do when including editing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yo, First Sons, this guy named Acoustic Gossi Tutorials, he actually does guitar tutorials on his channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm talking to him for a while and everything. Matter of fact, he just sponsored a tutorial recently. But yeah, he actually, if you go to his channel, he actually have songs on the guitar, how to play stuff on the guitar. So he does do tutorials himself. So he knows.
Oh yeah.
He's yeah. So y'all see him in the chat. Guitar,
I already,
Gossi tutorials.
I'm subscribed to him already. I just seen that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go support him too. His channel is growing too. It would take me 2 months to get one song done. Oh wow. You can't do tutorials then if it's gonna take you 2 months to get a song done, man. That's for sure. But it's all good, man. As you get better, as you play more, you'll find out that it won't take as long. It won't take as long. I've done that to you. Shalom vlogs. What are you talking about when you said I've done that to you? It might was something I said earlier, and I just didn't see the message until now. Yo, Motif, what do you use when you playing those songs with no music? Original, man. Ain't seen nothing like it. Oh, that's a Palea? Is that a type of software? I'm not sure what he's talking about, but acapella. Oh, he said acapella.
Talking about
Acapella. Okay.
fellas. Yeah, I just found them randomly, but you have to be careful with those because you don't YouTube really don't give you a strike anything for it because they are copyrighted, but you won't get paid for them. You know, it's basically saying that okay, well, the owner or whoever have the copyright, they give you permission to use it, but they also gonna put ads on it. So, which I don't care because I'm not really right now. I'm not really trying to make money off of it. So I'm just having fun. But if you do that, you got to be careful with that. You know, just want to let you guys know that you, like I said, it's not gonna hurt you, but they're gonna get paid for it. But which I don't care if they get paid for it because they wrote the song, so I don't care. So, but
Yeah,
you
and
know,
let me piggyback on that because there is something that I deal with doing piano tutorials. Now, what he uses is when there's different copyright laws when you're using recorded music. When you're taking a recording and putting it on YouTube, is different from when you're doing your own cover of a song. With YouTube, and he's absolutely right. Like someone like me, if it's the reason, and I know I've heard someone actually say, ask a question like, why don't you actually play with the song on your videos? I'm like, I will never do that because if I was to play the actual track, I might lose my channel.
right,
And my channel is monetized, and right now, this is I'm like this is my only job right now, between that and the church and everything. So it's like I can't afford to do that. So, but I would tell you, I get messages time for time. I even got one for a tutorial I just did yesterday, or Brian McKnight, one last cry. What they do is they make me do something that's called share the revenue, because now not all my tutorials get hit like this, but sometimes you'll upload a song and then they'll say, before I can even like put it online, I'll get these red letters that says so and so is claiming copyright, and if I see Brian McKnight's name or something, I'm like, well, duh, I know he wrote it. All right, so what they do is they say, if they'll give me a message saying, you will still get paid from this video, but you have to share the revenue, which means I don't know what the percentage, I don't know if it's 50-50. YouTube already gets the largest percentage anyway. They get like 60 something percent, I think, of the money. And then whatever's left, I think, is split between me and the whoever company, whatever owns the song. So, but that's not a strike against me. So yeah, I get, man. Trust me, if it was a strike against me, I wouldn't have a channel right now because I've had plenty of those. But not the but the majority of the time, I don't even get that. Most of the time, I can put up a tutorial. But the one thing you will not see me do is to upload pre-recorded stuff that's copyrighted, because I might actually lose the channel. Now I'll probably would get a copyright strike because my channel is monetized.
right, right,
That I will get a strike. I wouldn't be able to do a live stream because the first thing they take from you is live streaming. Like the first thing they take, like, oh, can't live stream, can't do that. So just in case anybody was wondering why I never play with the song, I'm kind of want to look. I know you got Vimeo and other platforms out there. I don't know what their rules are with it, but I mean, I'm like, maybe I could, for the fun of it, sometimes maybe use their platform just to, maybe play with a song or something like that. Maybe like that, but I'm not going to do it on YouTube. I can tell you that right now. Uh, Shage Michael says, hit me up next time you go live. Like I said, you can come on right now. If you install the thing on your phone, you can come on right now. It's all I gotta do is send you a link. What's up, Shades? How you live? Oh, they talking to each other. Okay, you the man, Jazz. Love you, tutorials. Thank you, Rim 977. Appreciate that. Their first son's answered my question about his gigging now. Shades Michaels, I don't know. Did you see a question about gigging?
I don't remember.
Shades, well, ask the question again, man. Type the question again. How can you do a tutorial on a Brian McKnight song after the love? Oh, hey, I thought you said how. I'm sorry. It says, can you do a tutorial on Brian McKnight's song After the Love? I don't see why not. I mean, like I said, it would just, like I said, you have to send in some money for it, because After the Love is going to, that song is After the no, that's Earth, Wind and Fire. But I know Brian McKnight's After the Love. I just it's right now. Earth, Wind and Fire is in my ear, but I am it's off his first album. I know you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, I can learn it. I don't know if there's sheet music for it, but I'll just have to learn it by ear. But like I said, go to any of my tutorial videos, click the description. You will see the PayPal link and the instructions for requesting a tutorial. Giving you a complicated song like Babyface and Tony Get Over You. Yeah, wasn't that you that did that? Shalomo, that was you. You asked me to, I won't say the song was complicated, but he had me do a tutorial on a song that doesn't even really exist. I mean, it exists. It's like it was a video that Babyface and Tony Brax, Babyface literally sat down at the piano. It was just vibing. Oh yeah, he said it was him. He was just playing. He was just playing, and so Tony just kind of started singing something, and they literally just kind of started writing the song right there. But it wasn't nothing that they actually released or whatever. But uh, Shalomo, he really liked that joint, and he paid me to do it. But then he asked me to kind of complete the song too. So it's funny. I forget what you have to check it out because it's been a long time. But he said to fill it out and complete it however I want. So I did. So I figured out what Babyface did on the piano and everything, and then I added something extra to it. So it's almost like I wrote a song with Babyface. And technically I did, yeah, but no, not really. I can't even remember what it sounds like, but I remember that he said that just feel free to add something to it or whatever. So I actually added something to what Babyface did already. So that was cool. Have there ever been a song someone requests that you could not play? Yep. And that's when I just say, here's your money back. Or I can say, I say, would you like to choose something else? Because I'm not a classical pianist or anything like that. I'm just, it's like, I guess if I had to, someone said something about it would take them 2 months to learn a song. Maybe if you ask me to do like a classical song or something, there you go. That would probably be something that would take me 2 months to learn, and I just don't have the time. I don't have 2 months to just sit and work on just one song. It's like no, I got other stuff. As you can see, someone asked about a tutorial that I know the person did send in for that I haven't done yet. So I don't have time. So if I know this is going to take me 2-3 months to learn it, like I'll say, would you like to change the song or would you like your money back? PayPal is real easy to refund money. You just go to where they did it and you click the button refund. Are you sure? Click it and you got your money back. It's all good. Thank you, Shalomo. You said I did a good job. I appreciate that. Any other questions? Any other questions? Again, if you're in the room and you haven't clicked liked on the chat, please go ahead on and do so because that does help promote the chat, and maybe YouTube will present it to other people to maybe come in, and it does help the channel. Shades, waiting to see if you type in your question again. How many keyboards do you have? Let's see. I actually went over them last week too on the live. Let me see. I'm gonna do a quick one. I have an 88 key controller that's it's behind all my computer and everything, and it's ain't like I can't go around carrying anything. So that's just a 88 key controller with no sounds in it. So that's one keyboard. The one that I'm sitting in front of that I don't really have to show it to y'all because y'all see it all the time on my tutorials. That's a digital piano. I use that. It's really just I use it mostly as a controller, and to make my tutorials and if I'm producing music and stuff like that. This is like I have software sounds, VSTs and stuff. So that's what that is. So that's 2 keyboards. This is one I don't use that often. Whoops. This is a controller. This is an Axiom 49 key by M Audio. This has no sounds on it. This is just a controller. I purchased this because there was a time when I used to do portable stuff. Like I worked at Morgan State University for 2 different summers as a music teacher, but also I would teach them music theory and stuff, but then we will also create a project. Like one summer I had them, we recorded our own version of We Are the World. And then I let one group write a song together and another group write the song together. I produced it and all that stuff. That's where that keyboard, that's a small keyboard. All you gotta do is just have a USB cable. You don't need a power cable. You can plug it up to your laptop wherever I go. So that's what that's for. That's for portability. So I don't use it all the time. It's just for stuff like that. This keyboard. So that was one, two, three. So this keyboard number 4 right here, I literally just got as a gift about a month ago. The guy that was singing on the video, the fast song with my band from 20 years ago, he literally just moved to California a month ago, and he did not want to take all his stuff that he had and offer this to me free of charge. This is a Yamaha EX5 keyboard. I haven't had a lot of time to sit in front of it because when I come down here, I'm usually at this keyboard making tutorials. So I haven't had a lot of time, but the keyboard works fine. I've been through some of the sounds. Even last night, I took about 5 or 10 minutes to listen to some more keyboard sounds and stuff. Boy, it works perfectly. I mean, I can't believe I got it free of charge. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. This is the most 6. I've actually done tutorials back in the day using this keyboard. So there's a close up. I did an introduction when I bought this keyboard. I wasn't doing tutorials when I first bought the keyboard. And I did a video of the day that I bought this keyboard. It's like back in 2010 or something like that. If y'all go back, you will see I actually introduced. I even made a beat with that keyboard. I did a track because it has a sequencer built in. So yeah, so that's what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a smaller keyboard that's like good for gigging. Like when I go to the band rehearsal that I have next week, I'm gonna take it's just 61 keys. It's a Yamaha SO3, Yamaha SO3 board. And it's easy to carry. I can't carry heavy things like that because my body's all messed up and everything. So I can't like do heavy stuff. So it's a nice light keyboard. I've had it for 14 years at least. If not, I might have had it for a long time. It was like I've had the board for extremely long time. And it still works. It still works. So I use that for like rehearsal. Then I have one that just sits in my room upstairs for, it's like a little $100 keyboard or whatever. It's just there for if I can't get down or if I just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when I just had the surgery on my foot and I couldn't come down here. I was playing on that board. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's like 7 keyboards in this house. Can somebody say keyboard player? Yeah, keyboard player definitely lives here. It took me 2 months to learn One Last Cry on guitar. Wow, that's what's up. Well, I mean, that song does have a lot of chords. I mean, it took me a while to be able to play it fluently enough to make the video yesterday. Because I just did that yesterday. It's like it's like I actually had to, really practice so I could really, play. And I still didn't play it as perfect as I wanted to, but when I got it's like I do multiple takes of videos, y'all. Like when I like at the beginning when I'm introducing the song and I'm playing, it's like I'll do multiple takes, man, multiple takes. And I got when I say, that sound okay. I know my singing was a little off key, but this is a piano tutorial, so that's why I just be like, whatever. It's not about the singing, it's about the piano. So yeah. It took me a minute to get that. It took 10 days or more to write the chords down along with the lyrics. Oh wow, man. Ooh, okay. How long do you work on a song most of the time? It depends. It really it's every song is different, and that's the honest truth. There are songs where it's so how can I ease the pain by Lisa Fisher. I just did that the other day. I literally learned that song as I listened to it one time. I remember the song back in the day. I played it through Spotify. By the time the song was over with, I could play it. You know what I'm saying? So I literally, and then I just went back and I had to make the chord sheet. So I had to go back and listen to the song and make sure I type in all my chords and like, okay, this chord, that chord. So that song was no time. One Last Cry, I also did like yesterday. And that song was hours because I had to write all the chords out first and everything. Then I had to learn how to play it in G flat major. Then I had to learn how to play it in G major. So that was hours. So it really just depends on the song. It's not a set time. It just depends on the song, how long it takes. There's no set time that I could say it usually takes. What is the hardest tutorial you ever did? Oh, you know what? It's not even available unless you on Patreon. My man Walter Kelly, Walter J. Kelly. He's been supporting me from almost day one, and he asked me to do a song by commission. Let me see if I can figure out what song it was.
Was it Love Is in Love?
No, that one I don't know if it was that one. I think that one wasn't the hardest one. It
It's,
might have been. Let me see because I can't remember the title. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm looking it up on my phone right now. But I know whatever. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. I'm gonna figure out right now. Go to because those videos are on private on YouTube, but obviously I can still access them because it's my account. Let me see. I'm just gonna type in commission and commissioned and see what I did. It's either love isn't love. Yeah, it has to be that one. It has to be that one.
yeah, because I remember you standing on the video.
It has to be because
like,
the other one, "Tis So Sweet" couldn't have been that hard. Yeah, so yeah, it's called "Love Isn't Love," and it's like you have to be on Patreon to see it. Um, I may release it to you because what I'm thinking about doing is that I have videos that's for Patreon people only, but they're so old. So what I'm thinking about is taking a couple of weeks and like do like my next couple of weeks of tutorials. I might just make them Patreon only, and I'll release the old ones, because these are like tutorials I did before I even had the software and everything. It may, and this way I can build up a new group of videos that's Patreon only. I'm debating about doing that, but yeah, it's a song called "Love Isn't Love," man. Hands down. Hands down, and it's by commission. So yeah, it's the hardest ever. Because it's like if I don't remember how the song, I just remember like the hook of it, but I can't remember. But all I remember is that it never repeated itself. It seemed like it's like you do the first verse, it's this set of chords, and usually you do another verse, it's the same chord. No, it was like it was different. And then they went to like another section, and that was different. And then they came back to the verse again, and it was like every single. I was like, oh man, I wanted to, but I would tell you this. I on my for tutorial requests, I asked for at least a $20 donation. But the reason why I had no problem doing that, I can't remember how much it was. He sent well beyond over $20. And he said, "I'm sending you all of this because I know it's going to take you a long time. And I know it's going to be a lot of work to do it." So I appreciate that. I can't remember, but he sent all I remember. It was well over anybody's $20. I remember that. It was well over. So that's the reason why I sat down, because that probably would have been one I would have said, yeah, here's your money back. But nah, it's like he compensated for the time. It's like the time that it took for me to learn it. He said I didn't ask for it. He had sent it like that originally. It's like I can appreciate people that understand that, okay, I'm asking you for a hard song, I'm gonna send you a little bit more. And it was like a lot more. I just can't remember what it was because that was like a couple years ago. But I did a few songs like these so that I can remember the songs I learned because okay. Good question, Zero Gabs. You beat me to it. Okay. Keyboard players, stop getting them. Have a contest so someone can win one of your small keyboard. I don't know, man. It's like I can't. I don't know. Those are the memories behind that stuff, man. Like my keyboard over there, I'm using that's my rehearsal keyboard. This small one is for I don't know. Get my keyboards, man. I collect keyboards, man. They might not be the most expensive ones, but they mean a lot to me. Any other questions? Let me see. Looks like the chat has stop talking. All right, so it is time. It is time. It is time to do one gotta go. One got to go. Now we did this last week with, and I think we had Boys to Men, Jodeci, Drew Hill, Jagged Edge. It might was another group. I can't remember. And I gave the room a chance to say what song, I mean, which group they now let me explain this again. Let me explain this again. When we say one gotta go, you have to understand that this means that anything that they did doesn't exist. It never exists. That means you would have to take whatever. I never looked at the Matrix. You have to take whatever the pill is to make you forget whatever. You have to take the pill for that group, and you can't. It doesn't exist. So, like for me, last week I was like, what I did was I did it in reverse order. I instead of just saying the group that I would say I could just forget about and I'll be okay with. I did it, I did it the long way. I said, well, let me just start taking groups off the list that just don't belong there. And of course, the first group I took off was Boys to Men. I said, there's no way I can go without On Bended Knee. I was like, so that was the first group that came. I'm like, nope, you come off my list. I was like, I got to have Boys to Men. Drew Hill, I'm like, yo, I went to high school with Drew Hill with like two members of Drew. I was on the choir with one of them. I'm like, no, I've been a fan of them before y'all knew who Drew Hill was. Pulled them off. And who else? Jodeci. I was like, there's no way that I could not have my Jodeci. Forever My Lady. I mean, that helped promoted my channel. Forever My Lady, that the tutorial promoted. There's a lot of people who said they found my channel because of my Forever My Lady tutorial. So I took them off the list. And then it was down to Jagged Edge and what was the other group? It was I had it down to Jagged Edge and I can't even remember. That's a shame. I remember Jagged Edge was the one I took off the list. But the group that I left on the list, I can't remember. That's a shame. Hold on, what was it? It was maybe it was just Jagged Edge. Maybe they were the last ones. Okay, because then I did one for producers. That's what it was. Okay, so Jagged Edge was the one I said. Okay, Jagged Edge, they can go. I gotta be the one you love. I love that song, but it's like I can't give up the other groups in their music. I can't. I couldn't give it up. So I was like, all right. Then I did one for producers. I think I had David Foster. I had Babyface. Jam and Lewis, I put them down as one because you never hear of them doing productions outside of each other. So I put that down as one. B. Cox and Rodney Jerkins. That's what I had. And then, of course, the first person I had to take off again was because of On Bended Knee. I had to take Jam and Lewis off first. I'm like, no. I said, I can't. I said, not the. I mean, most people would say just because of Janet's stuff, they got to take them. I'm like, no. On Bended Knee is enough. Just On Bended Knee is enough for me to say, no, you're here. You're not going nowhere. Babyface was the next one because he wrote the songs of my childhood growing up. I mean, come on, and Boys to Men, the other Boys to Men songs that I like. It was Babyface, right? So, all right, took him off, and then I said I had to take David Foster off. Simply, David Foster has done so much, but because he wrote, it's funny that he just asked about After the Love by Brian McKnight. He's the one that wrote After the Love for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I said he wrote it with Maurice White and so I think of some other people. I said, for that one song alone, you come off the list, bro. I can't go without ever hearing or even knowing about After the Love by Earth. So he came off the list. And then it was down to Rodney Jerkins and B. Cox. And that was hard because both of them are beasts, man. Oh, my goodness. Both of them are beasts. But what really happened with Rodney Jerkins is like Rodney Jerkins produced Michael Jackson's last album when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that means I love the Invincible album by Michael Jackson. I'm like, then he did Brandy. He did 2 albums for Brandy, her second and third album. I was like, and I'm like, and B. Cox is trust and believe. That dude is he did all those Usher songs. I mean, he's done. I said, but I have to hold the Invincible album over the you got it bad. I'm like, if I had to get rid of one, it's like I'll get rid of You Got It Bad before I will get rid of, the Invincible album. I'm like, I can't get rid of that. I'm like, yo, that was so I wound up kicking B Cox out for the producers, and then it was Jagged Edge for the singer. So now, all right, so that was my long explanation. Now we're gonna do one. This time we have female um R&B groups. Let me go to my list. I did give First Son the list that I was thinking. I think he added one more group to it. Let me see. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna type the names up on the screen so that everyone can see it. It'd be easy, so I don't have to keep explaining it. So I'm getting ready to type up.
Hey, House of Jazz.
Yeah.
I'm glad you considered that Teddy Riley to be the greatest producer of all time. He wasn't even on the list.
It's like I could have put on some more. I could have put on some more,
Yeah.
but I had to stop the list. But yeah, but trust me, if I put Teddy on the list, he would have never went off. I would have taken him right back off the list anyway. I definitely would have taken him off. So no doubt about it. Ain't like Teddy ain't going nowhere. We don't even have New Jack Swing if we don't have Teddy. So yeah, he wasn't going nowhere. I'm typing out the female groups now. This way I don't have to, you can always just look on the screen and see. Mhm. Okay. Uh oh, okay. Um it's funny. This group, I know people probably be like, I haven't even heard that group in forever, that particular group. This is all right. Okay, then I got one group that First Sons was like, yo, did you forget to add this group? I was like, okay. All right, here's your groups, y'all. So you got one, you got Escape, you got two In Vogue, then you got SWV, then you got Destiny's Child, then you have Jade. I don't know how many of y'all remember Jade, man. I loved them back in the day. I don't know what happened to them. They had a song called Mr. Do Right. Mr. Do. Oh man, anyway. Brownstone and then TLC. So you got seven. Every last one of these groups are amazing, by the way. Every last one of them are amazing. But one of them gotta go. And remember the rule to one of them having to go means somebody says Jean. I didn't put, you know what? Should I put Jean on the list too, man?
Nah, they only have one album. I love Johnny, but you gotta have a. Well, Jade only had one too, though.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the list where it is. We want to leave the list where it is. All right, so this
Yeah,
is it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the list is right because we already got seven different groups. So
We
we
gonna
have
take off
Escape.
two.
What'd you say?
You say we're gonna take two off?
Yeah, let's do two. Let's do two because it's so many of them. Like the last time we only had like four groups, so we got almost double the amount of groups. So we're going to take two of them off. Now, before First Sons or me tell you, and we're going to go in backwards order. We just going to start taking them off the list one at a time, and then we're going to say who is the one that goes. We want the people in the chat tell us which one. Okay, Michael Howard already said who could go. He said Destiny Child. He said Destiny's Child is one of them. So okay, so Michael Howard says his gotta go bye is Destiny's Child. Okay, so we got one. We want to give y'all a chance to think about it. So take a minute. I'll be right back. First Sons, if you want to talk to him, I'll be back in like less than a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see what you guys think, man. Who gotta go? Who gotta go? Two gotta go. I see. For me, it's easy, real easy for me. Real easy. How about you guys? Let's see. Holding On by Johnny. They had a song called "Holding On." I don't remember that. Did they have a second album? Because I on the first album, I had that one. D. Scrogan says Brownstone and Jade. I think me and D. Scrogans agree. Oh, I don't supposed to say that though. Michael Howard says Destiny Child and Jade can go. Uh, Somebody says play something. I don't know. I don't know if Jazz want me to play anything. He don't. I don't know if he want me to. He don't. I don't. I don't think he want me to play anything for you guys. This is his live. Uh, I'm just a co-host.
Man, yeah, that means you're a host too, man.
He wanted to play something. I said I don't think he want me to play. I'm just this his channel.
Oh no, man, what are you talking about? You can play. What are you talking about? Don't
Nah,
even, man, don't even play like that, dude. If you want to play, play.
nah. I want to see what they got to say because I already got my mind made up.
Okay, on your two.
I want to see what they got to say though.
I just wanted to quickly show this one. This is one of the boards that I said I had a Yamaha SO3. This was the one I used to practice with. Like I'll go to my rehearsal with this one.
Oh yeah.
This is older board from back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen that at Guitar Center.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's before motifs and all that stuff, but it has some. It's definitely good enough for practicing, and
Okay.
as you can see, as light as I don't know what. And I have a 61 key bag that I can put it in, keyboard bag. So yeah, that's the one I didn't show you. Well, there's another one I didn't show you, but I ain't picking that one up. That one, the 88 key controller, that's too much.
Hey, Jax, what happened to that? What happened to that one? Which one did you play with those early tutorials? It was the
That
one.
one, there's a story behind why I don't have that one. That was called the Alesis Quadro Synth. I had moved to Pennsylvania 2009 and to do full-time ministry. It didn't work out. And about within 6 months, I wound up coming back to Baltimore. And I packed up everything I owned into. I had like I had my Lincoln Town card then. So I had a big trunk. I had like the old kind. It was like a 1992 Lincoln Town car at the time. So that's the real big ones, the old ones with the big trunk and everything. And I couldn't fit the Alesis board in. And I mean, and I had my other keyboards. Like this keyboard I literally just showed you was there. My Yamaha, I had the Yamaha Mo 6 at the time. Did I? No, I don't think I had the Mo 6. Yeah, I don't think I had the Mo 6. I had the 88 key controller that you can't see, and something. I had all my studio stuff, my computers and mixer, and I couldn't fit that in there. And there was a group a Hispanic group that I would play with once a month there. They did they had it was a Spanish speaking church, and once a month they would have service once a month at a church that was there. They I guess they rented it out. Like the whole service was in Spanish, but it was some good guys, man. And they could speak English too. And they was like, man, we want you to come play with us or whatever. And so I would play with them when I was there. And when I was getting ready to leave, they come back and the guy had already asked. I had one key. The key still worked, just a piece of the key had cracked off. But the key itself, it was still a piece of the key there, so you could still play it or whatever. And he said, "You want to fix that?" Or he said, "I would still play it or whatever." And long story short, he asked if he could have the keyboard, and I said, "You know what, man? Y'all guys have been good, man. Just keep it." And
Oh,
literally that's what happened. That's what happened. I gave it away, man. I
yeah,
gave it away. So yeah. All right. Let's see. DJ Gurry, hello, how are you? Play some for us, bro. I see you. Why? Oh, Shades calling. Maybe he got the thing. Hold on. What's up, Shades?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, we still in the live. They can hear you.
Oh, everybody can hear me? Okay.
I'm sure they can because I got you right up by the microphone.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. To everybody, I said what's up.
I'm sure they can hear you.
Okay, that's good. Hey, I was trying to. I sent the question to First Son. First Son, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
He said, "What's up, man?"
Yeah. What happened was I was asking, do he have any is he getting any gigs doing any types of music out there? But I kept walking away from I kept walking away, man, so I couldn't really get the answer from you.
Okay, he just wanted to know if he got any gigs.
Like gigging?
Yeah.
No, not right now.
He said no, not right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you have your
Hey, brother, how many songs you got on memory?
Like I told you before, I really try not. I'm old, man. I really can't remember songs no more.
Can you hear him, Shades?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you go in the live chat so you can hear him?
Yeah, I want to do that, but it says live chat, but then it says hang out and it says live meet. I don't know which one to.
Okay, hold on, First Sons. I told you I told you. Just let me know when you got Hangouts. Do you have Hangouts?
No, I gotta download it.
Oh, okay. Because if you download Hangouts, then I can bring you on the chat. Just download it, and then you can be on the chat with us.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm ready. I just wanted to call up real quick. I'm gonna watch some boxing right now. I love boxing, guys. If y'all want to know that about me, I'm a big boxing fan. You know.
Okay. Well, he said that he hasn't. He said he's old like me. He didn't say like me, but he said that he has a hard time memorizing stuff too. What was your final answer about that? First Sons, about memorizing how many songs you have memorized?
I can, but I really try not to. I try to learn. And I wanted to say that to your audience too. And I learned that's kind of a mistake I learned earlier on. A lot of times you try when you're young, when you're starting out playing the keyboard, you try to tend to memorize a lot. But a lot of times, don't try to just memorize the song. Try to learn the progression. Yeah. And then once you learn the progression, and then you can just kind of look at it, and then it's easier to remember the song. Because when you try to memorize so many songs, a lot of times it just in a few days or so you're gonna probably not even remember it at all. So yes, actually learning the song and looking at the song and learning to kind of see the structure of the song will help you in the long run. When you have to recall it from memory.
Now I don't know if you heard any of that, Shades, but he did give a night. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Because see, I can't. The way my stuff is set up, I can't unplug my headphones and play this through the speaker because this microphone that I'm talking to is sitting right next to one of my monitors right here, both of my studio monitors. So if I was to take my headphones out and put these monitors on, it'd just be like a loud feedback. It would be it will probably blow the speakers, like because it will be nothing but feedback. Because this is, that's the reason why I have headphones on. For those that's wondering why you always got headphones on, I have to. I can't do this live without it. I can't do a piano tutorial without headphones on because this microphone picks up everything. So, but yeah, you said you heard them, so it's all good.
Yeah, I heard. Let me just say this though: when you memorize songs, all you do is just keep playing them over and over again. Say if you learn 15 songs basically from you, right, and then you just keep doing them. It's like repetition. It's like hitting a speed bag, and you just keep, doing it and doing it until it's like stays in your head first, son. And that's how you're able to play them song.
Well, that's not what he was saying. What his point was,
I know, I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah. He's saying that you need to really learn the structure of it, like knowing the chord progressions, because that way you can, if you have to play the song in another key, you'll be able to play it with no problem. Because you already know that you need to go to the 1, go to the 4, go to the 5, go to the minor 6. So I think that's what he was saying, that you really need to learn the actual, if you learn the structure of how the song flows, like if you know the number system or something like that, you're better off. And it's so true, because playing at church, knowing how the song is flowing. Do you know how many songs in church you can just do 1, 4, 5 chords with? It's like, wow. It'll be songs that I've never heard before, but somebody might start singing, and once I figure out what key they're in, I'm like, oh, this is going 1, 4, 5, 1. That's it. So I don't even know the song, but I can play it
And
because I know because I
that's
learned the structure.
and that's where for me,
Yeah,
just
I mean, that's
just
a good way
knowing
to
the
learn a good number system and all that. I got a couple of videos with that. Matter of fact, Jamal Hartwell got a one
Oh yeah,
on the number system, and you got Jermaine Griggs, and there's another one named Craig Hannon, and they all teach the number system.
oh yeah, yeah. Numbers. What was you gonna say first, sons?
I was going to say because what I do is like I learned the structure of the song, and then like even if I don't remember a song to be exact, I can use chord substitutions to kind of like
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
whatever.
The fake it, the
I know.
fake it till you make it. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I think we all have to do that sometimes. All right, Shades Michaels, you good, man?
All right, bro.
I'm
Everybody, I'll talk to you later on, Jazz. And your first son, good to talk to you first time, man.
Okay, man.
All right.
Talking to you
And
too.
yo, everybody out there, peace, man.
all right, man. Peace.
All right, Jazz.
All right,
Talk to you later, bro.
peace, peace. All right, cool. he got his question out. Cool. All right, so I don't know if a lot of people actually set their group. Not really. Let me see. I got okay. And Michael Howard said definitely Destiny's Child. Oh, he said and Jade. Okay. D. Scrogan said Brownstone and Jade. Someone, it's me again, is holding on to Jean even though we didn't even put Jean up on that. And Jean was a great group too, man. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I see you do mud runs. I don't know what mud runs mean, but okay. Play, bro. What is the keyword? Okay, so let me see the first from the bottom. Hello, Jazz. Holding on. Okay, it's me again. It's still holding on to Jean a second time. Jade, I want to love you. Everybody,
I
hit
don't
the
remember
thumbs
that
up.
song.
Well, I don't know that song. I
Me,
want to love you,
that
and I
song.
love Jade. But okay, so first son. So I want you to go in reverse order. Just start taking them off the list one by one. The ones that have to stay. And so, go ahead. It's yours, man. Yo, first sons, you there?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's you. You. I want you to do. I want you to go first, man.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Just take yours off. One at a time, and then
All right.
they'll do it the long way.
All right, I'm gonna do it a long way. I'm gonna do it. Okay, well, I know SWV definitely ain't going nowhere. They definitely can be. They there. They're not going anywhere. I love them. Their album is, especially the first one. So they ain't going nowhere. Oh, you saying we take them? You want me to? Yeah. So they stay.
Like get rid of the ones that are staying,
Oh,
and then
get rid of all.
whichever two groups are still left on your list,
Okay.
those are the two that actually are leaving.
Yeah, SWV definitely goes into the safe category. So
The safe zone. There you go.
okay, ain't nowhere in the world. Okay, Escape definitely going to the safe. Um, In Vogue going to the safe. So that leaves me with Destiny Child, Jade, and Brownstone. Destiny Child. Beyonce is in Destiny Child, so even though
Who cares about Beyonce? No, I'm just playing Beyonce. I'm just playing, yo. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, B.
honestly,
I'm playing.
I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I mean, I got to give her props. And I did have a crush on Kelly, so
Okay. Well, for me, it was Latavia. For me, it was Latavia.
yeah,
Man, I love Latavia. That's oh my goodness. Woo! So cute. Oh my goodness. She blew all of them away. That's his mind. She was from the original lineup. I know they had like 3 different lineups, but but she was with the original one. She was the shortest one, y'all. If y'all want to know, Latavia Roberson, man. My
yeah.
goodness. Woo! All right, but go ahead. Go
They
ahead. I'm
probably
sorry.
got Jeff kicked out the group.
Yeah, I know, right? The one I like got kicked out. See?
So I guess that leaves Jaden Brownstone has got to go.
Jaden Brownstone. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So his is Jaden Brownstone. Those medals in the first son's background look like mud. Oh, he was referring to your medals
Oh,
that you have in your on your background. Are those mud run medals?
I don't know what those are my wives.
Those are your what you said?
That's my wife. I don't know. It's something my wife's doing.
Oh, that's what she's. Oh, okay, okay. All
Yeah.
right, so that's not even yours. Okay,
No, that's
got you.
my
All right. See, there you go. See, so now you're talking about the man's wife, man. No, I'm just playing. Okay. So for me, let me. Okay, so we have. Okay, so for me, yeah, escape is in the safety zone. They can't go nowhere. SWV is definitely in the safety zone. Um, hold on, you forgot about TLC, man. Did you save
Oh, I'm
TLC
looking at
too?
because I'm looking at your original list. Oh,
Oh,
TLC
okay, my bad.
one. I mean, TLC is definitely safe.
Okay, so it's still the same for you then.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's still the
it's
same.
still the same. All
I
right.
shouldn't
So
even. I shouldn't even have. Yeah, they're in a different category when it comes.
yeah, they're different because they're the only ones that had like rappers in the group and stuff. That's
Oh
maybe
yeah.
that was the reason why I kind of because they did like a it was a different type of thing. Like all the other groups were singers
Well,
only, singers
it's
only.
actually though. I mean, I don't know. I just love TLC,
Oh, I
man.
love TLC too, bro. Trust me. So so I'm taking Escape off. So Escape comes off. Yeah, I have to take In Vogue off too, man. Vogue can't go nowhere. Um, I don't know. Let me think about In Vogue for a second. Let me think about it for a second. Escape definitely comes off. SWV definitely comes off. Um, I'd be lying if I said I could live without Destiny's Child. I was a big fan of Destiny's Child. I can't even front. So Beyonce and all of them. So yeah, they come off. So Escape, SWV, Destiny's Child, they're off the list. Um, I listened to TLC way too much back in the day to ever take them off. I mean, to say that I can do without them. So like that, the first ooh on a TLC tip, man, I think I had two different tapes of that one. I used to play that thing all the time. So yeah, they got to come off. So right now we still have In Vogue, Jade, and Brownstone.
Hmm.
I know Jade wasn't around for a long time, and neither was Brownstone, but I love Don't Walk Away, boy.
but
My love. What'd you
but
say?
check it out. What song do they have that could take out "Hold On" by In Vogue? Ain't none of their songs better than that.
Hold on. Ooh, my first mistake was
I
I
got like,
wanted too much time. I had to have him on a noon and night. If I would have known then the things that I know now, I might not have lost the time I complained about. Don't. Oh, you know what? That is hot, yo. I still know the words to it, and I haven't even heard that song in forever and still know the words to it. And y'all know how I don't know the words to songs. So that says a lot that I haven't even listened to that song. Do I know the words to
yeah.
Jade? Let me see if I know the
You don't know
words to
the
the
word?
verse. You know what? It depends. Do I know the verse? Let me see. I know the chorus to Jade's song. Don't walk away. I'll have all my love waiting just for you. See, I have to do a lot of la 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 DDDs and certain words will come up. So you know what? In Vogue is they're in the safe zone. Because In Vogue, I actually know their lyrics. So that says something. That says a lot for me to actually know their lyrics and know that I usually don't remember lyrics. Um, so now we're down to dang. So it's just Jaden Brownstone left. Dang, it's the same two you took off, man. I mean, Brownstone was cool, but Brownstone just never had like anything mega for me.
Oh
Like
man,
Jade, at least I
I
really
actually
loved
got like
Don't
five.
Walk Away.
Oh man,
What you say?
I did like 5 miles to empty.
Oh yes,
That was
right.
banging
That
there.
was that was good. That
Yeah.
was good. 5 miles to empty. Yep. And the thing about them is that was Michael Jackson's group too. I think that was the first group he ever signed to MJJ Records. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to get rid of a group that Michael felt worthy of signing. Wow.
I mean, 3T, come on.
Yeah, those his nephews though, man. That's Tito's sons.
Oh man, I said that.
But yeah, neither one of those groups really like took off. That's crazy. But in 3T, that first song, I can't even remember. I used to like it though. What was that first single that they had? Let me see if I can get the title of it, man. Because I was digging that
What
song.
is it? Why? Because I know.
Something, yeah, something about why. I'm looking it up on Spotify now. 3T. Oops. T. Okay. Why do what with Mike? Well, no, that wasn't their first single. If it's a do what with Michael Jackson, the song I'm thinking about wasn't a do what. Um, Hold on, let me see. I could be wrong. All right, let's go to the album they released in '95. Okay. Anything. Yo, oh, anything. Hold up. Let me. Yeah. Cause I would do anything,
Yeah,
and I would do anything. Yeah, I would do anything, girl, anything for you. Oh yeah. I like that joint.
yeah.
I hope I don't get in trouble. That was recorded music, but it was only a couple seconds. You two don't pull me down. Just a couple seconds, you know.
Trust me, they ain't got that song.
No,
Right?
man, yeah. I might have to do a tutorial on that song just for the fun of it. Next time I decide to do one that's just for me. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like First Sons and myself said Brownstone and Jade. I think somebody else said. Well, we know it's me again is saying Jean A wins for them.
Oh,
Even though we didn't
I
put.
ask you what's the hesitation with Jade? Because I don't remember any of Jade's music.
Don't walk away, boy. And the one that did the lead singer, she was. I never knew her
I
name.
but looking at
She
the look.
was. I was mesmerized by how
Yeah,
cute she
look
was,
at the
yo.
looks.
But I love the song too. Like, I got all this
I
love
know the song.
waiting just for you. I just gotta know if your love is true. Yeah. Da da. And then after that, I don't remember the words. But yo, I love that. And she was but they had a song, it was a slow song.
Uh,
Uh it was called Mr. Do Right. That they was waiting for Mr. Do. I don't know. I used to like it. I think it was on like their second album or something. So, but I can't. I never actually had their albums and stuff, but I just remember the videos. So I mean, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of Jade just has girl was so cute. But don't even know her name. I think it might have been Joy. I could be wrong though. Her name might have been Joy, but I don't know. All right, let me see if we missed any of the Okay. Good night room from okay, Shalomo. You might have left already. I don't know how long you typed that. Uh I'm an old guy and I never heard of Jade and Brownstone, so they got to go. Well, dang, Michael. I guess that was easy. 3-2 is huge internationally. Oh, they okay. Well, yes. I mean, being Michael Jackson nephews doesn't hurt either. Why you I need you of 3T is huge outside of North America. Okay. Anything. Maybe Jaden Brownstone shouldn't be on the list. Well, it's too late now. We already took them off the list. Because they're the ones that lost. But anyway, oh my goodness. Oh
no,
my goodness.
I actually thought about saying cut close.
I love cut.
I
Oh
love cut close.
man. I love Athena Cage, man. I love the
Yeah.
thing that that I like song. I did a tutorial on that, but I
Yeah.
think I was paid to do it. But I love that song when it was out. I know it's simple too. I gotta remember how to play it. I want to see if I can remember how to play it. I like the way you lose me. I like the way you whatever it is. I
Yeah.
like the way you touch me. I like the way you say tender loving. Yeah, Lavon sings the first verse. That's what I want. See, I even know their names, so I would have pulled them off the list because I actually had their album and I know their names. Don't wanna rush it, no. Let's take it nice and slow, honey. Current my body, doom, 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 and hold me tight. Doom. Don't let me go, baby.
Surprised you didn't put seven
Unt-
on there.
what you say?
I'm surprised you didn't put 702 up there. I saw you did a few of their tutorials.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, they the slow song. I did this. Oh yeah, that's right. And I did the one they did with Subway too. Yep, I sure enough did. Trying to remember now. That one that Gerald Levert wrote. This little game that
Yeah,
we play.
that was
It's just yeah, that's Gerald Levert and somebody else. It wasn't Mark Gordon. It was somebody else who wrote that with Gerald Levert. But yeah, just a little game that we play. What was it? Thinking about you.
yeah.
Boom boom. Every day. Boom boom. Got me feeling kind of freaky. Girl, why you wanna leave me that way? Then a girl come in. I don't wanna leave you. So let's take our time. Something like that. So I'm looking at I like the way it look like is it I like the way is that what I did? All right. Okay. Tender loving. Right. Is what I want. Okay. Don't wanna rush it. No. I messed up. Let's take it nice and slow, honey. And yeah, that's my joint. Don't let me go, baby, until I get enough. I like the way you. Oh man, you shouldn't have said cut close, man. Now I'm like, oh man, yeah, it's a lot of those groups, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them that was classic for me, man. I have no idea. Changing faces. Oh man, you know what? Even though we all on the mute R. Kelly thing, and even I participated in that a little bit because I did take his tutorials off my page. But he did. What was that song? Get Out. Did he write that one for them?
Was it fooling around?
Get Out. Well, fool. He might have did that one too. I don't mind. No, Stroke You Up was R. Kelly, wasn't it? Do you mind if I stroke you up? I don't mind. Mind if I stroke you down? I don't mind. All through the night, I don't mind. But we want to leave that alone. Oh yeah, I know you didn't mind, Mr. Kelly, but okay. Anyway, we want to leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. What's your favorite underrated group? That's a good question. I'm gonna start with you, first, Sons. What's your favorite underrated group?
The most underrated group of all time is After Seven.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, nobody.
No,
I mean, After Seven is smoking.
and I mean, Babyface brothers could sing their face off. Kavon and Melvin, and they had some good music and never got the recognition, man. You right. You right, man. I just did their song. Uh uh
I seen it.
Yeah, Ready or Not. Yeah, man. That song is classic. And I think Babyface wrote it, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that's classic, man. You can't top that song. That song is great.
Well, even that the second one, I don't think he got enough. I don't think he got to play with they had Dallas Austin up there producing.
Yeah.
Taking My Time.
Oops.
Oh, man. Kenny Love
Yeah, I
You
have
Like.
to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can. Yeah. Love You Like. Yeah, I remember those songs too. Yeah, I think they tried to move away from Babyface after the first album. I think they wanted to try. Maybe that was their mistake. Like, yo, dude, your brother is Babyface, man. Just
I don't
enjoy the
know.
ride, man.
But, it was some fashions. It was some good songs that he used. Cause that what's that fast joint?
On the first album.
I like that joint. With
On the
Dallas.
first.
Yeah,
the first they had one night of
yeah.
loving, one night, girl, two nights of trust. I love that song. Three nights of hugging that makes one night of love.
But you
Ooh,
know what? And one of
you
the things,
got that look in you. What'd you say?
one of the things that I was gonna probably do for my channel too is it was a question I had thought about one day. I was walking around and said, like a lot of those super producers like Face and Jamie Lewis and Teddy Riley, there's a lot of there was a lot of collaborators that don't get credit, but you can tell once they were removed, once they wasn't with them no more, the music changed because
Yeah.
like what's my man from my man that did a lot of Escape and he did a lot of Monica, Daryl Simmons.
Yeah, Daryl Simmons. Yeah.
You
Yep.
could tell in the music once Daryl Simmons was just Babyface and L.A. Reid.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
you
Daryl
could tell
Simmons is
with
part of
him
the
and
team that wrote End of the Road and stuff like that. Daryl
yeah,
Simmons' name is on there
you
too.
could tell
Yeah.
a major difference, and you could tell the difference when
He went
once
to Drew Hill.
Johnson when he left Jamie Lewis. You could tell the difference with that. I mean, just like that third person. Sometimes
Hold up, who left Jam and Lewis?
was it Jelly Bean Johnson? Was it he with them originally? He produced a lot of the earlier
He
'80s stuff.
might have. I know they have Big Jim Wright that does stuff with them now. He was the guy that started Sounds of Blackness, the guy behind Sounds of Blackness.
Yeah.
His name was Big Jim Wright. But you might be right about the Jelly Bean Johnson thing.
Oh, I used to look in that album cover now, but I'm just saying like there's a lot of times it's like it's something missing in the song.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Babyface. I'm not knocking Babyface by no stretch of the imagination,
Right.
but
Right.
I feel like, and I even saw a video where he was saying, but Babyface admitted this, where Daryl Simmons came in at the end on a lot of songs and helped him finish a lot of his songs. But you could tell, like, Babyface songs started to like lose a little something once Daryl Simmons started doing his own thing.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. Daryl Simmons made a name with himself when he went to Drew Hill, man, because he did
Yeah,
In My Bed. That's Daryl Simmons for those who don't know. Like the same dude that co-wrote End of the Road for Boys and Men did the In My Bed. That was a humongous hit. But he
yeah.
also did Never Make a Promise off that album.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
telling. If you go back and you listen to Monica's first debut album,
Yeah, Daryl Simmons is all over it. Yeah.
his drums are snapping. I'm like, wow, like that. Why I Love You So Much, and some of the other songs.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
tutorials on that too. Yep, I sure did. Yeah.
I mean, he is
Hey.
like so underrated, man.
He is. That's true. That's true. So Big Jim Wright passed away. Hold up, Big Jim. When did Big Jim Wright pass away? I didn't hear about that. Cause I thought I saw him playing on something on like either TV1 or something for Kelly Price's. Hold up. Let me look that up. I didn't even know about that. Hold up. Cause Big Jim Wright is like the one that's playing piano on Yolanda Adams' song, Alone in a Room.
Wow,
It's just I think that's Big Jim Wright playing the piano. I don't even think that's Jimmy Jam playing. I could be wrong, but I think it's Big Jim Wright. Let me see. I just we're sorry to report that James Big Jim Wright died yesterday. And this was but when did this article come out though? Found that I didn't know about this. My goodness. When did it happen? Wow. He was the guy that was behind Sounds of Blackness. That was his group.
oh wow.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out the date. Oh, was it 2018? So it was recently. Can you have any if DJ Gary? Oh, he said 4 months ago, something like that. I didn't hear about that.
Wow.
Wow, man, he was the man. I'll look it up after I'm finished with the live, so I'm not sitting here looking at my phone all the time. But man, but yeah, I did see the article where it said that he passed away, and I saw a date that said something about August 2018. I don't know if that was the date that he died, but yeah, that would be about 4 or 5 months ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5, 6 months ago.
Wow.
Wow. Hey man, I'm sitting up here talking about him like he alive and well, because he was on something. It was some type of reality show, and he was playing And I don't know what it was. It was recently, like 2 or 3 years ago or something. Something that he was on. Cause man, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, underrated group. Okay, so you say After Seven, I agree. Now, who can I say was an underrated group? It's probably, you know what, they're so underrated that most of y'all may have never heard of them before. It was a group that was called Small Change. It was two females and two males in the group. And I love, like, absolutely freaking love that album. Their songs was they had a their first single was called Why, and they actually had a video for it. And I think it actually had some moderate success for it back in the day. Um, but they had it's like this beautiful song that the lead it's like a little they had it was the two girls, one of them was like a brown skin and one was light skin. And the one that was light skin, she led the song called She May Be Pretty. Yo, I love that song. And then they had matter of fact, I just man, yo, let me see if I can find a link so people can look them up. Because you can't even find the album on Spotify, I don't think. I have the CD somewhere, and I created my own uh MP3 thing, but that's just for me. It's not, but it's like it's hard to find them online. Let me see something. All right. So you want to talk about underrated group? Like I said, most of y'all probably never even heard of them before.
Yeah.
I love it was during the 90s. It was definitely during the 90s.
It looked like
Uh,
91.
yeah, it could have been like 91 easily.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, this is the full.
that
Okay,
this
here's a
song.
link to the full album on YouTube. Hold up. If anybody's interested, this is the full album on YouTube from beginning to end. I could really listen to this album. All right, here's the link right there, y'all. That's Small Change. And link. I spelled small incorrectly. Demall change, but yo, it's like you want to talk. I don't know why. I mean, they had some duets on there where the guy and the girl was sing. Well, let me see. She may be pretty. That was just the girl that sung that one. Track list. Show more. Okay, yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. They did a song called "This Must Be Love." That was it was the number 8 song. Oh, on that link that I sent you, somebody has it. If you go to the description, they have time codes in there so that you can skip right to what track you want to hear. So yeah, so that's I don't know who did this. I'm so glad they did it though. Yeah, so you can get the whole album. You can listen to it. My favorite songs are "She May Be Pretty." It Would Be So Nice is a very nice song too. This song that's called Treasure, I had no idea. The only reason I found out that it was a remake is I recently, and I haven't done the tutorial yet, but it might was just before I went into the hospital. Someone asked me to do a song that was called Treasure, and it's by another girl. I can't even tell you what it is. And when I listened to the song, I was like, I know this song. And it was, and I'm like, oh, that's the song the Small Change sing. I didn't even know. But yeah, you want to talk about underrated group? Listen to that. You have to have New Jack Swing. Think New Jack Swing. Think the Boys. You remember the group The Boys?
Yeah.
Down My Heart and all that. Think around that time when they were out, and then listen to this and tell me that this music. Matter of fact, I think they might have did some production on one or two of the songs too, because Kyrie from the Boys was in the video for. They had a video for Teardrops. I don't know if it used to be on YouTube. I think it might have got taken down, but he was actually in the video. The oldest one from the Boys, the one that was always the tallest one, he was actually in that video. But if you listen to that album, get a chance to listen to it and tell me and think this is 90, late 80s, early 90s. Think New Jack Swing, think bubblegum soul, as they used to say it, the Boys and all that. Think that and tell me that those songs don't match perfectly. So yeah, I would say Small Change. Yeah, Small Change for me. Uh he played with Mariah. Oh yeah, he did play with Mariah. Yep. Big Jim Wright. He sure did. Yep. Uh, man. Now, what else were we supposed to discuss? I'm trying to think now. uh, let's see. I think different keyboards and stuff we were supposed to discuss. You said, all right? Indeed, any topics you want to discuss. Can add them to. Just want to make sure we get okay. Super producers and songwriters. What you want to say about super producers and songwriters? That
Oh,
was one of your topics.
I think we pretty much talked about them
Yeah,
already.
we did because we just
Yeah.
talked about Daryl Simmons and all them.
Yeah.
Favorite keyboard sounds, digital drums. What's your favorite keyboard? Did this come? This is coming from First Sons. This was some of the stuff you wanted to talk about. What's your favorite keyboard sounds?
Well, I actually mean the actual sounds. Well, I would say my favorite sound of all time probably is the Motif natural ground. Motif natural grand. It's getting late, sorry, bro.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, it's getting late for
But,
all of us.
yeah,
People starting to drop out the chat. We down to 11 people.
I like the lately bass on the Motif, but I mean, I just what some of the patches that I kind of like. What are some of yours? I mean,
R&B soft is my favorite Rhodes sound. That's from the Motif board. R&B soft. It's like there's been a lot of tutorials I used that on, and it's like it's getting to the point that I'm tired of answering the same question. So if you're in here and you're hearing this, if it's hold on, let me put the sound on right now so people can know. Hold on. Let me put it on now. I'm like, okay. If you hear one of my tutorials and it sounds like this. Hey, y'all like, what sound is that? It's called R&B soft. It's on the Motif. It's my favorite Rhodes sound. And they have some other Rhodes sounds that's nice. I didn't use that sound for One Last Cry. I was trying the Rhodes on my Motif board. I couldn't find one that was close to the keyboard. I don't know if Brian was using the rolling board or not, the DX7 or something. I don't know. I couldn't find it, and I didn't feel like I have a Roland XV3080, but I didn't feel like doing switching all the MIDI cables and everything, and I just went ahead on just did the tutorial on another sound. I probably could have found one that sounded more like One Last Cry, but usually if you hear a Rhodes electric piano sound, I'm playing R&B soft. Can y'all hear that? By the way, y'all can hear that, right?
Yeah. But
okay.
To me, that's that Brian Knight, that One Last Cry. It almost sounds like that Yamaha. Let me see, what is it called? It almost like a Yamaha sound to me.
It might be.
It sounds like hold on, I got my board up, so let me see.
All right.
You remember that electric piano Yamaha used to have, that black one? What is it called? Well, on the Motif, it's let's see if this is it. It's Yama EPs.
I wonder if I have that. I wonder if I had that. That's what it's called. It's just called Yamaha EP.
Not Yamaha. It's Yama. It's
Yama EPs.
Yeah, it's in the acoustic piano.
Oh, all right, let me take a look. Hold on. Let me.
It sounds. When I heard that, I just like, oh, that's the sound from One Last Cry.
Yeah, let me see. I might not have it. Let me see, because I only have some of it. I have full grand, bright grand, dark, tacky, house piano, mono comp, 1968, 78 RPM.
No, I'm sorry. It's in preset too. It's in keyboard. It's
keyboards. Okay, all right.
It's in YAMA Yama EPs.
You know what? I thought about using that sound. I did, but I didn't. You know what? I probably should have used it.
But it sounds a lot like that.
I should have used it. I actually used something else in the EP. Let me see something. I forgot what the chord is after that.
It's like
then
it's like
I should have used it. I thought about using that and I didn't.
I maybe heard that.
Right.
It made me think.
Yeah, something like that. My shattered dream. I could have gotten away with it. I could have gotten away with it. Choking heart. I'm ending on this. I can't remember if I pulled up the chord sheet, but you know what? Yeah, I have that. Yeah, it's the first actual. It's the first electric piano sound that comes up under keyboards. Yeah, man. Cause he even has that string already in it too.
It had.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that old Yamaha. It was a Yamaha because I used to always go to the music store because I had no money to really have real nice keyboards.
Yeah, same
But it was
here.
like
I
a
did the same
Yamaha
thing.
electric piano. It was black, and it when I heard that, I knew that was the sound. I just I'm almost certain because he always most of the time he plays Yamaha pianos. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. If you look at the clips in his home studio, he has a Motif board.
Yeah,
Like so he definitely do modes. You know what? You right, man. I should have used it. Yeah.
yeah, but
I should have used that joint.
it's just yeah, Roland. I know you guys love Yamaha, but
Oh, you do too.
I do, but I'm a Yamaha just really to me overtaking Roland because Roland in the '80s
Well, yeah, you're right.
dominated music. I mean,
That's
like,
true. That's very true. That's
I
very true.
like, oh yeah, Yamaha. But if you look at it, Yamaha is like living off their past. Like most of these sounds in here, they classic sounds, like from the
Yeah,
FL.
it's the same stuff. Yeah.
They're living
it,
off
it
glory, you know.
it was
So
like I think it's like they did something special with the Motif engine. Wherever they put in for that Motif engine, it was something special.
yeah,
And
that
that's what it really is. That's what it really is. The most.
because if you look at a lot of the sounds in here, though, they sample some of Roland stuff
Oh,
because
they did.
those drums, those 8 and 9s, those are Roland, those are 808 drums and 909s, and then like
Oh,
that 80s Lego piano, that's like Roland RD 100 sounds.
I'm about look.
I mean,
See, and I have a rolling module right here too. So I'm sitting here.
Dave, I'm just saying.
You like you just saying, I ain't saying that to somebody jack their sound. I'm just saying,
It's all good, man.
I'm just man. It would take me a minute to wire. Let me see if I can wire my 3080. Let me go through some of the 3080 sounds. Hold on. I have to actually. I shouldn't have necessarily. I got other MIDI cables. Hold on. I can yeah. I got some MIDI cables right here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to put in my 3080, man.
If you now, I know we this wasn't probably this was kind of on the list, but I'm just saying because I've listened to your live, the other live, and how people were just saying Yamaha, Yamaha, Yamaha. But if you look at the 1980s, maybe they're too young to really remember a lot of this stuff. The 808 drum, you can almost listen to like.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
R&B.
Nah, I would say like 100%. It's literally 100%. It's like literally 100%.
Yeah,
What's that?
And if you listen to like, especially like a lot of Teddy stuff, the brass on this thing is like second to none. I mean,
right.
The sounds on these things. If you listen to, and I don't have this thing up, but if you have like that orchestra hit on this from this XP50,
okay.
Man, it's like incredible. That's a lot of the things like the orchestra hit that's on I Wanna, like dun 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 dun, and a lot of that New Jack Swing stuff, man.
I hear you. I'm trying to make sure I hook it up correctly. Hold up. I'm about to hook up the 3080 now. I just have to do the MIDI first. I have to
Okay.
put the MIDI cable. Hold on. Let me see. I want to come out of the 30, out of the sound card. So take this, come out, and then go into the 3080. Okay. So out of the sound card. And then I have to put this in the back of the 3080, obviously, the MIDI cable. And then all I gotta do is just plug in a audio cable next. All right, hopefully this is all I have to do. Once just put the audio cable, then y'all should be able to hear it too. Wait a minute. What cable did I put in? Oh, I didn't realize that was two different cables. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Those that are sticking around, thank you for sticking around. We're about to go through some sounds now, and I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a long time. Go through my rolling sounds. The only rolling board I have, which is a sound module, but it's the brain of a rolling. So it's the X. For those that's wondering, it's called XV3080. So it has all the XP keyboard sounds in it. All the XP keyboard sounds. All right. All right.
Wow, that thing is nice.
What, the 3080 you talking about?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, it's all the sounds that you're talking about. It's in it. And I have some expansion stuff in it too. I just need light. Hold on, so I can see which MIDI port I'm using. Hold on. Use my cell phone light. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see if we have the MIDI signal. Yep, it's receiving the MIDI. Good. So all I gotta do is connect the audio. All right, hold on. As soon as I connect this audio cable, y'all should be able to hear it. I will just unplug it from the Yamaha over here. Oh, I'm switching to rolling. Maybe I'll do a couple of tutorials using the rolling sound now that I'm plugging this up. Where did the cable go? Oh, I think this thing is sitting up there. Okay, I found it. Here we go. This is the magic cable that should let us hear the 3080 now. All right. Y'all get to see musicians have to rewire this stuff. Oh, I didn't realize y'all was hearing that sound. I'm sorry, y'all. I can fix that. Hold on. That should be awesome. I had took my headphones off. I didn't realize y'all heard the buzzing. Sorry. All right, so that should be it. Okay, so we're on rolling now, y'all. Rolling XV80. So right now I'm on bank E. Let's go to bank A and check out some of the sounds. So this is called 128 voice piano. Is that coming in clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's called the 128 voice piano. Do you have that on your rolling board?
Yeah, I didn't care too much for that one.
Me neither. I don't like it. This one is called Bright Piano.
They're electric. The electric one sounds way better than the acoustic one.
Yeah, because Yamaha definitely beats this thing. Yamaha beats this when it comes to acoustic piano sounds.
Oh, well, depends on how we compare it now, because if we compare this to the DX, I don't know, because the DX got some sorry pianos.
Oh, it does? Okay. I'm sure all the DX. I'm pretty sure that this thing has all the DX stuff in it. I actually have some expansion cards in this thing too.
No,
I bought this
DX7.
DX, but isn't it? That's Yamaha, right? Is
Yeah.
DX? Yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. DX is Yamaha. That's
Yeah, I'm
right.
saying
I feel you.
Time frame, because the piano, they weren't sampling back then. They
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Motif is what took the Motif was a great thing for Yamaha. Whatever that sound engine was. Okay, that was called Classic. This is called Nice Piano. Okay, the next one is Piano Thing. Next one is called Power Grand. Whoa, that's loud. Was that loud on y'all speakers too?
They got a bite to it.
Yeah, let me turn the volume down on that one. Man, that one was real loud. Yeah, that one definitely had a bite to it. House piano. I gotta turn the volume back up to hear that one. Ew.
Yeah.
E grand. Okay, now we're getting to the electric, because this is called E grand. Okay. The MIDI grand. Whoa. Okay. I gotta keep turning the volume down because they yeah. I'm about to ask you to tell me what sounds you want me to listen to. Oh, this is nice. This is called Piano Blend. This is called Piano Blend. I like that. So if I did one last cry, let me see something. Oh, I mean, it's cool. It's not the sound though. It's not the right one.
No, you got the one thing about rolling pianos, to me, I'll agree. They don't sound good. If you're trying to emulate a piano, it's not gonna sound good. You gotta. To me, it sounds good like how maybe with Teddy, when you kind of using chords more, and you just kind of lay it on chords.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds better like that. If you
and
stuff like that, it don't sound, because it don't sound realistic to me. I don't know. It's like a toy piano. I don't know, but I like 31 EP plus mod pad. I like that one.
Okay, yeah, I have that EP mod pad. Okay, look at that.
Like,
let me try that with one last cry. Let me try that with one last cry. My shattered dreams, broken heart. It's almost believable. I'm mending on the shelf. I saw you. That is a nice sound, though. I give you another one that you like. Yeah, it's funny how it's like even the same numbers. It's like, and you got the real keyboard, and I just have the brain of it.
yeah.
But it's listed in the same numbers.
Which one?
While you doing that, let me see. Eternal was a great back then. They had a song with BB Winans. I want to be the only. Let me Had to move my screen over. The only one. I'm not familiar with that one, Acoustic Gossip. You still in here, man? Loose Ends. Yeah, Loose Ends, man. They were from Baltimore too, man. No, I'm thinking of Rough Ends. Never mind. Rough Ends is from Baltimore. My bad. Loose Ends. Okay, we ready. Yes. Yo, Cuddy, I watch all your videos. Could you make a playlist of all your videos in minor keys? I use your stuff as reference for my productions. Thanks for all the hard. There's no way that I can go back through probably 800 plus videos and figure out and just say, okay, all of these are the ones in minor keys, man. I can't help you with that one. I am so behind on doing tutorials right now, and what you're asking me to do is something that might take me months to go to do, and it's like this. I can't do that. Feel free to make your own playlist. You can go through the songs if you want, and you can always make your own playlist on the channel. But yeah, it's nothing. Like, hey, yo, Acoustic Gassy, do you have Hangouts on your phone? Because you can come in and join. If you all you gotta do is Hangouts is free, 100% free. If you have a YouTube account, you have a Hangouts account. All you gotta do is put it on there. You can come on there and you can play your guitar while we going through these keyboard sounds. Who knows? We might have a jam session. You never know. Let me know, Acoustic Gassy, man. Let me know. All you gotta do is, like I said, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Like Hangouts is free. That's the reason why I use Hangouts to bring people on, because all the other options to have people come on my live, you have to pay for that stuff. And I'm like, well, I mean, Hangouts has its limitations, but I ain't, it's free. Yo, what's the next sound you want me to check out first, son?
Man.
I might have to use this one on a tutorial.
It's up here somewhere, but
okay.
Oh man, I wish I could find that. Let me see if I can, because I don't feel like looking.
Okay, Gassy, you said you want to check it out. Okay, Gassy. Yeah, check it. Like I said, you can come right on in, man. You all good. You have a guitar tutorial channel, man. You belong on the live. It's all good. JV Rhodes. Let me hear what that sounds like. I gotta get this chord, bro. I keep playing this chord wrong. Is it? No, is it? I think that's it. I don't like that. Okay. This one is called Octa Rhodes. Hold up. Let me switch to the keyboard. Maybe they can see my 3080 if I switch my camera that I'm using. Let me see.
I can't believe I can't find this. But anyway,
okay.
You win.
What happened?
I said, okay, you win.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when it comes to like keyboard sounds and electric pianos and stuff, it's like the Yamaha. It was like, it's to me that's just it. Now, see, I don't know if your board has these sounds. It's like I have like, I think which one you have, the XP50?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have every sound from your keyboard, but then I also have additional banks because I have another bank that has piano sounds in it. It's Bank E. Bank E actually starts over with different piano sounds. So let me go through some of those. All right,
you got expansion board in there?
Oh, I have about 4 or 5. I got this. It was a deal. I got it. It was a display model for a store that was called Mars, which stood for Musicians Planet.
Yeah,
something like that. And they was going out of business. And so they sold this to me. And this. I mean, so I paid like $999 for it. It was right around tax time. That's the only reason why I had the money. But they sold it to me off the floor model with all the expansion cards that they had in it. So usually you would have to pay like $100, $200 for each of these cards.
Yeah.
It came with it. It came with it. So I paid the price of a brand new XV3080, but I got it used. But I also, so I have like the expansion cards I have dynamic drums is one of the expansions. Let me see.
Yeah, you got way more sounds than I got.
Yeah. How come I don't hear it though? I should hear it. Shouldn't I be able to hear it?
I don't have. I
Oh,
can
I
buy.
hear it. Okay. So that it's an expansion card that's called dynamic drums. Then I have one. Oh, is it? Am I too far over? Yeah, I am. I have an expansion card that's just sound effects, SFX, and it's an expansion. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hope I ain't blowing nobody's speakers. It's just all kinds of sound effects. The next one is called the Orchestra 2 card. This Orchestra 2 has like is obviously like orchestra sounds, and this is like to the next level. Yeah. Um but anyway, let me get back to those go back to the presets. All right, so this is called Grand XV, but I wasn't now this is like I said, this is beyond what's I believe this is beyond what was in the XP50. And see, that does sound better than the 128 piano sound. That's
Yeah.
on the in the first. This sounds better than the first set of piano. All right. Hold on for a second. I want to be able to see the chat. Okay. What's up, Jazz? Can't stay long here at work. The WB studios here in Burbank. Oh, you work for WB? Like Warner Brothers? We're taping a show here next week, and I'm let me see. I want to sit in your live chat. Oh, that's what's up. I didn't know you work for WB, man. You should get this live put on WB. Then I'll get more people to watch it, and we'll be more professional then. Oh, okay. Gassi said he has the hangouts. Okay, Gassi, all you gotta do is tell me what email address you use to sign up for the what email address you use for your Gmail stuff, and I can send it. You know what? Hold up. Wait a minute. We talk on Facebook. Let me go to Facebook Messenger. I can send you the link there. Hold on. Let me bring up Facebook for a second. Hold up, because that's what I did for First Sons. I just sent him something on Messenger. All right, hold on. We got you. Hold on. Log into Facebook. Let me go to. We just had a conversation not too long ago. Yeah, this is you right here. Right. Okay. I gotta bring up the link. I just sent you something on Messenger, but it's not the link. I'm getting ready to get the link to you now. Hold on. Copy. Okay, I just sent you the link. So guys, yeah, just go to your Facebook thing and click that link. Just click it, and I don't know what you gotta do after you click it, but just click it, and you should pop in. I'll just wait to see if we see you pop in, bro. For those that just joined us, we're trying to invite a third person into the chat. I don't know what my limitation is for how many people can come on Hangouts, but I'm pretty sure it has to be more than just one other person. So we're about to find out now. So we're trying to bring, like I said, we're trying to bring somebody else in. Gassi, again, I did send you a link to our conversation or a chat on Facebook Messenger. So, Gassy, just click the link. Don't worry about. I'm not going to send it to your email. You can literally just click the link that I just sent you in your in Messenger, because that's what First Sons he did this. He just clicked the link and he popped up in. Let me go back to the other screen so I can see if you came in. All right, yeah, just click the link, dog. We got you, man. You should be able to come in. Those that are just joining us or whatever, man. We just Oh, you said you got it. Okay. Okay, he's trying it now. We're getting ready to bring in another person, but we've been just talking about music, and right now we're going through different keyboard sounds. I got this big old screwdriver. You're like, this screwdriver was somewhere else. I had to move it so I could plug up my 3080. But um, so we're going through rolling sounds because House of Jazz swears by Yamaha sounds. He loves Yamaha sounds. There you go. There you go. We got Canada up in the house.
Hey guys, I'm actually at work right now, but at some point maybe next time we can I can be downstairs in the basement where all the instruments are.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to I just wanted to stop by and just say thank you for everything. That was really cool. All this.
Oh, it's all good.
I just want so it's all the sounds that I just heard, man, and that was the reason why I spent all that time to try to find where can I find the EPs that has that R&B sound. You remember I practically harassed you for it.
Yeah, yo, First Sons, yo, this dude, he's like, he be hitting me up on Facebook all the time, like, where's the R&B electric pianos and stuff? And I'm like, well, I was telling him, I'm like, you got software, but I was like, you gotta go to Yamaha Motif if you want the I'm like, you gotta go to the Yamaha you gotta kick out some money.
Yeah.
What would be your suggestion to him? What are other keyboards that he could find? Because he's still looking for that R&B sound. He wants that neo soul sound.
Yeah, but I meant to tell you, bro. I meant to tell you earlier. I went to Guitar Center earlier today, and the montage is garbage. It's garbage.
It is? Okay.
It is pure garbage. They the keys on it is like you remember that keyboard Roland came out like right after we had the pads on it. It's got those big heavy keys like that on it.
Well, I like heavy-weighted keys though, man.
No, I mean like super heavy-weighted keys. The keys felt plastic almost, man. I mean, it's like I'm like, really?
If you talking about the Phantom, you saying it's like the Phantom?
It reminds me of the Phantom. It's got and then they took and they copied the screen. The screen now is like a chord screen.
Oh, okay.
It's like, man, I see why nobody's buying this thing.
Yeah, it's like number one is just cost.
It's really expensive.
Yes,
it's like $4,000. It's
here in America too. Yeah,
what they have was like and some change. It was an 8. It should be more than that.
I thought it was a typo when I first saw the price.
You thought it was a what?
I thought it was a typo. I was like, this must be a mistake.
You thought it was a typo?
Yeah, no, seriously. Because think about it, when you look at the typical price of a keyboard, you're looking at about between maybe 800 or 700 on the low end.
Right on the low end, right.
And then you got the 2,500, and yes, you can get the super fancy one for 6,000. But then I looked at it and I was like, who are they selling this for, right?
Right.
And I love Yamaha, but
I bought my Motif 18 years ago for $800, and I got that off of eBay.
Oh wow! Okay, so you got a good price for yours then, man. Because I mean, 18 years ago, it was worth more than $800.
That was like 18 years ago, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, 18 years ago to get a Motif for $800, 18 years ago, man. Do you know that they still sell if a store get a Motif and they still be trying to sell it for over $1,000, and this is like 20-something years after the board came out.
But
so you got a good deal.
Standard, right? It's probably when it comes to live performance.
I agree. I do think. Well, what you think? First Sons, I think it is a standard for live performance. The Motif.
Yeah, definitely.
Even today, even in 2019.
The Motif, it's almost like Yamaha made the Motif, and then they're like, "Oh my God, why did we do that?" Because it's like they
can't beat it.
It's like, really, if you got this Motif, you got a little bit more sound, but you paying for the same keyboard like all the way up.
Right. It's like you. It's like I think. I looked at some videos to try to see what the montage offered, and I think it's more technical stuff that it offers more. I
Yeah,
guess it can do more technical stuff than what the Motif can do. But I'm like, but
For
that's not
four
even
thousand
stuff that.
dollars.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm like, but that's not even the stuff I need in a keyboard. It's you
yeah,
know what
because
I'm saying? It's like the stuff that it can do. I'm like, I don't need it. It's like I USB it to a computer. Okay, voila. I can, that's all I need to do to be able to make tracks or whatever.
I
And
have
I
a
just,
feeling it's not gonna last.
I don't think so. I
You
don't
know what I
think
nah,
mean?
it's
Like at
selling.
some point, we're gonna realize like we can't sell this to anyone at this
it's
price
a dud.
point.
It's a dud. They're gonna have to come up with something else because it's a dud. Because
Yeah,
I even heard House of Jazz. I even heard this is what convinced me when I said I'm gonna give up the fight because I was fighting for Yamaha, and yeah. When I heard Jamal Holloway say that the the chord what is it called? The chord I forgot the name of it.
Trinity, Triton.
No, the latest one.
Oh, Chronos.
Kronos.
Yeah. Once I heard Jamal say that, because Jamal is the
He's the man. He's the
Jamal
man.
knows everything about Yamaha keyboards.
Yeah,
When I heard Jamal say, "Nah, Chord got them," I knew it was. I said, "Yeah." If Jamal says it, it's definitely good.
he said that. I'm gonna have to look that
Yeah,
up because he's a Yamaha guy.
he did a review. Check it out. And once he said that, I was like, "It's got to be better." Because because Jamal even got that keyboard you got, the X five. I think it
Yeah,
is.
the EX5. I think
I think
he
he
loves
got
the
that board.
EX5.
Yeah, he got that. He had the Motif. What all the motifs I've seen him with.
Yeah,
He,
all of every version of it. Yep.
because that chord keyboard, the Chronos, it got like so much memory where those pianos sound so realistic, man. They sound so realistic.
I'm gonna have to make a
So
trip
John
to a music
P.
store
with it,
just to check it out.
I saw John P. Key with it. I said, I know it's better.
Well, I know you're John P. Key. Like you're definitely one of his number one fans.
he
I know that.
knows he knows keyboards. Yeah, when I saw him, because actually when I saw him switch from pulling keyboards to Yamaha, I said, "But Yamaha," but another keyboard that I think one of your other subscribers was talking about. That's that red keyboard. Who is it? The Nord.
Oh yeah, the Nord. Yeah, Nord
Those are
lead.
right now. So I'm hoping Yamaha can turn it around and they can start competing again. But right now, they in third place at least.
I think so, but you know what though? Is I mean, especially for for us in our 30s and 40s, like the song that we like were made of those classic sound.
Mhm.
And to be fair with you, I actually wouldn't mind if that's all I will have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
Because
only.
that's the sound we grew up on, right? So
Yeah. Well, I'll
But
be honest. It's hard for me to buy another keyboard now that we have soft sense because I
yeah,
can just
software. Yeah,
sound on one. I don't really need another board. I
right.
mean, really, I just
For
buy.
me, I just want a real motif. That's it. It's like for after a real motif, like and not like I said, this one that I have is good. Let me put my face back on. I'm showing people. I forgot that I had this down, but there we go. Yeah, but this is good. It's like that's my only. That's the if there was a board that I have, I really would still get. Like I said, this one, the EX5 was a gift. There's no way I was going to say no to that because I remember the board. I've seen
let's make
Stevie
it
Wonder
happen.
perform doing it back in the day. I remember back in about 20 something on TV. I remember him sitting in front of a Yamaha EX5, Stevie Wonder. So I was like, "Yeah, you giving that to me for free? Yeah. I'm taking. I had paid nothing for it. All I had to do was just drive and pick it up. That's all I had to do. So yeah, that was a no brainer. But if I was to purchase one, it's going to be if it's not going to be the Motif. The only alternate would be they have the Yamaha has a MX88. It's called MX88, and it is the Motif. It's like it's basically kind of the original 88 key Motif, the first one that they came out with. Is basically a re-release of it, almost really, and it's only $1,000. It's 999 brand new. So I'm like I may settle for that because I believe it has the full set of sounds. if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, and that's all I really want is I don't want to be limited to just some of the motif sounds. I want them all. I want them all.
There's one motif that I really want is that last one before they changed the color. That last one that was
That was great. Okay.
I think it was the XS88. That's the only 88 keyboard I have ever played that I really wanted. I mean, man, I even impressed myself on it. I was like, man, this is me. I mean, because it was just so easy to play, man. Oh man.
Yeah. Way the keys is the one with. I mean, I have to for me to play well because I'm so used to it. I actually learned on grand pianos in high school, and so it's like I play on a grand piano at church even to this day because they happen to have one there. So it's like I play best with weighted keys. Like if I was to sit over here and play something on this board, that's why it's not plugged in anymore. That's why you can't hear it. But or this board, it's like I can play, but it's not going to sound as good as if I'm pressing these weighted keys. So I feel you. What was the name that you said that we could call you, Gassi?
Well, my real name is actually Maoli.
Maoli.
Yeah,
but wasn't there another name that you
Facebook.
said? You said it was another name we could call you, right?
I don't recall.
You know, okay, so Maoli.
The background on this, you know, I mean, it's a crappy name for a tutorial site, but at the time, this was since 2014, so about 5 years ago, I was trying to come up with a name, and I wanted it to have, you know, acoustic because it was going to be a guitar, and I wanted it to have a reference to Madagascar, where Malagasy is, someone from Madagascar, right? And that little picture that you guys see on the channel, that's actually the shape of the island. It's an island off the east coast of Africa. And so so it's just kind of a tribute to my, where I'm from. And the initial intent of my channel was to teach songs from Madagascar. But then there's this guy. His name is Isaiah Kendall. He's on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You know the name of First Sons? Yeah. And so I saw his tutorial, and it was a Brian McKnight tutorial. I think it was 6812 or.
Oh yeah, I like that song 6812.
And then I'm like, wow, because I've always wanted to learn that song. Like for 10 years, you always, because keep in mind, YouTube was young in 2008, right? Like, we don't have people like you guys at that time. Like at that time, either people were not doing tutorial, or if they were doing it, it was all wrong. And this guy was one of the few that actually got them, like, it was super accurate. And I've always wanted to learn. It's like for 10 years, I wanted to learn R&B, but I couldn't because the chords, I didn't know about major 7 and minor 7. And finally, I sat down and learned. And then I'm like, I got to write this down because otherwise I'm gonna forget, right? So I wrote them down, and then, and that's kind of what happened.
So you don't have a guitar with you where you are right now. You say
I do not, but I promise the next time we speak, I will have a guitar, and I'll show you guys kind of because a chord is a chord, right? Whether you play it on a piano or on the guitar.
The chord, right?
It's the exact same thing,
right? CEG is CEG whether you playing it on a guitar or
exactly.
piano,
but
right.
I think the game changer to me was when I discovered your channel, because the theory is easier to understand on a piano.
I would say yes, because that's the only instrument I really play.
No, because when you tell me, for example, because that's kind of like when a minor 9 and the First Sons, I've seen you play guitar before. You know that a minor 9 and a major 9 is super hard to play on a guitar.
Yeah.
Right, because you kind of have to remember the shape. But when I discovered Richard's channel, I understood what the minor 9 means. Like, okay, first it's a minor, and then we have to have a minor, like a 7th, and then we're gonna add a 9, right?
Right, the minor 9, yeah.
Exactly. And then I'm like, okay, and then I can figure it out on the guitar, and it makes sense. Because before, when I learned it on the guitar, I had to memorize the shapes because I have no idea what the 9 means. And so, if and I do apologize if I kept on harping you, but I'm still willing to pay for that tutorial.
I know he wants me to do a video, and I do actually have about maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I did
Yeah,
something
yeah,
where I showed how to build chords and stuff.
yeah.
But he kind of wanted me to do something else, and I was like, I don't know how to
Yeah,
teach it.
maybe I can explain it to you while we're talking here.
Right,
So
right,
here's the
right.
thing,
Okay,
right?
okay.
My fingers are very similar to yours, as in they're not very long, right?
Right, yeah, mine's a
So
short. Yeah.
if I have to spread. I have to know. For example, if I'm playing a minor nine or a major nine, there is no way I can play any part of the root with my right finger,
Okay.
right? Like, well, let's take, I don't know, maybe if we do, let's say a G major nine, for example, right?
Okay, let me show it on my screen. Hold up.
Yeah.
G
So
major
like if
nine
so a G major nine,
is so you got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So you
right?
got G is 1,
Yeah,
B is 3, D is
yeah,
5, F sharp is the 7, and then A
yeah.
is the 9. So
Right. So what I'll have to do in my case is like, okay, there's no way I can play a G with my right hand, so I'm gonna have to play like some sort of a B minor seven on my right finger,
oh
and
yeah,
then
that's exactly what I'm playing. If you look at the screen, I'm
yeah,
playing B minor 7. You're right, right. Yeah, I'm doing B,
yeah.
D, F sharp, A,
And that's
and
the
then I
type
put
of
G
things
on
I
the
was
right
doing.
hand,
Yeah, that's because
on the
I'm
left
like,
hand.
I can't do it. Or even when if even one of the, an F sharp minor seven, for example, or a G flat minor seven, right? It
Uh-huh.
the way you play it, you're able to use all your five fingers to play, F sharp minor seven. And what I noticed when I tried to do that, I would accidentally hit the E flat with my so I have to split the chords and play an A on my right hand and then an F sharp with my left hand.
Okay. Yeah,
You
you
know what I'm
can
saying?
play A major, right, right. Yeah, you can play
Yeah.
A major and then just put it's like A major over F sharp.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. And
F
that's kind
sharp
of what
minor.
I was like, do you have a way of where I can quickly remember? Like, I split the chords because my fingers are not that long or big to cover
Right.
a
Yeah,
large
mine's
amount of
aren't
real
either.
estate. Yeah.
First sons, how are your fingers, man? Your fingers long enough to do chords, like big
Yeah,
chords?
yeah, pretty much.
See, you lucky, man. You lucky. I mean, I have
But I
chicken
would thought,
fingers, man.
but can't you just use your thumb and just play both the A and the B?
Yeah. And I mean, that's possible in certain inversion, right? And
Yeah,
then
in
you're
certain
absolutely right.
keys is yeah,
Yeah.
in certain chords, yeah, you can. It depends on what key you're in or whatever. You can get away with, doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that. But what if the two notes you need to play is B flat and B at the same time? You can't use
Right.
this one finger to play. You know what I'm saying? To play both
Yeah.
of those. You
Wait,
can use one finger to play maybe two white keys that's side by side.
but you
But you
would
can
never. Would you ever play those two together though?
no, I was just saying. I'm just saying if it ever came up. I mean,
Oh, no,
but
the
do you know
first
what
note,
this?
Forever
You
My
know what
Lady,
my
that's with
Jodeci
that.
chord? Check this out. My
Yeah,
Jodeci
Forever My
chord.
Lady has it.
Yeah, my Jodeci chord. I do C and C sharp. I always call this my Jodeci chord. But I mean, now it's not hard for me to play, thank goodness. But I'm just saying. But what if I had what? Excuse me. What if I couldn't stretch my finger? Or and I needed to try to hit these two notes because every time I do like Forever My Lady, well, you should know that because you just learned Forever My Lady,
Yeah,
and and
I
from it was from that tutorial that I call this my Jodeci chord.
yeah, I didn't play the C. I don't think.
Yeah, I did it because when you put the C and the C sharp together, it's like I remember because when I first started doing tutorials, and I would say, "Yo, that's the Jodeci chord." So every time that chord would come up in a song, I don't care who it was by. I would say, "Okay, now you got the Jodeci chord is next." If you notice my old
Yeah,
tutorials, I used to say that all the
It's a
time.
great song.
yeah. A lot of people play that play them like that. I never did like that sound, so I never do it. Like there's another guy that do tutorials too. He loves to play. He plays C minor seven with that.
Uh-huh.
He'll play the B and the E flat, and I can't stand those two together. It's probably right, but I'll just substitute and won't play.
Well, C minor 7 is C E flat. It's C E flat G in root position. I'm saying this is it in root position. So yeah, you do need E flat G and
C,
B flat. Yeah.
C sharp minor seven.
You said C
C,
sharp.
I'm sorry, C minor seven.
Yeah, C minor 7, right? Yeah, C minor 7 in root position with no inversions is just C, E flat, G, and B flat. So yeah, you would play the E flat and B flat. Is that what you were saying?
D.
Say that again.
Some people play it, they'll add that D.
Oh, that makes it 9. That makes it C minor 9. Oh yeah, I like that though. I do like that. Check it out. You see how I'm playing it right now?
That is nice. But
yeah,
you know what?
I do that quite often. But you don't like the You're saying you don't like that the dissonance. You don't like that dissonance between the D and the D sharp or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is acquired taste though when you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why pop music the chords are very basic because like,
because people like First Sons don't like the dissonant stuff.
So on the song I just did I think it's Forever My Lady.
Yeah.
The C sharp and then that's a different chord. Never mind.
There is a chord on Forever My Lady. When I try to sing it, I sound off. I'm like, how? Yeah, and when Richard sings it, I'm like, it sounds so good. But then I try it and it sounds awful because like the chords are so, especially that A7 sharp 5 over C sharp.
You talking about this one?
Yeah.
You talking about my Jodeci chord? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It sounds great when you sing it, and I was like, I'm trying, and it's like, which part of the song is this? Because I don't know this. And
I mean, I never will ever say that my tutorials is always going to be 100% perfect. I do my best to get as close to the song as I can, but I really think that chord does be in that song.
No, the chord is accurate, dude. It's because you got the feel of the song, right? But when someone,
I'm not saying not in there. It's just saying like I think what he was saying, like I agree with him. He was saying that it's just for personal taste. I just don't play. I know I probably should play it because it's probably the song, but I'm just saying like I won't play those two notes together because it just.
I love it, man. How can you not like that sound, yo? and look, and I'm playing it on a rolling keyboard. that's a rolling piano sound, man. You're supposed to love that. I don't even remember how to play. Let me see. It's been so long. I know it's B flat major 9. It's like, so you're having my baby, and do you go mean so much to me? I don't remember.
No, it's a C sharp was the bass. So I think what you did was you had
that's a shame. Y'all gotta teach me how to play a song that I taught y'all.
You started with a B flat major 7.
Yeah, well, major 9 I probably did now, but on a video I might have did major 7.
I thought you just moved you move your bass to the C sharp.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, is that what I did? Okay, see, y'all teaching me. That's funny. I taught y'all. Now y'all got to teach me because I haven't played that song in. I don't even know if I made a chord sheet for it back in the day. That could have been during the time before I started making chord sheets too.
You actually put the chord sheet in the description.
Okay, well let me go to the video then. Okay, let me go to the video so I can look at the chord sheet. All right,
you put that. Yeah, so I saw you doing it. I was like, wow, and I listened to it, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And this was before I actually learned the theory, and I was like, no, I can't do this song. It's too complicated. And that's when I went back to your. You had that 4-part video.
Oh, with the chords and everything showing you the chords.
And then I was like, I have to learn. I have to start with the basics, and then I go back to, because otherwise, if you've never learned the theory, you have no business playing that song.
Well, some people is just going to play it just because they'll just remember the chords.
They probably could, but
it'll be just they won't understand it. They'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna yeah. Okay, so we got so you having my baby. Y'all gonna hear me mess up a couple times. I know. Means so much to me.
There we go.
There's nothing more precious. You go than to raise a family. It says F9. You got D9. Oh, okay. If there's any doubt in your mind, you can count on me. Oh, this is nice, man. I never let you down. I'm sorry.
That's because you're the one singing it.
But you hear me still messing up though, because it's been forever. I'll never let you down, lady, believe in me. You got you and I would never fall apart. B flat major 7 over G. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, I got it now. Hold up. You and I would never fall apart. You and I, we knew right from the start. Oh yeah, I love this, man. This is good. I haven't played this in forever. The day we fell so far in love. Is that you go, the baby is born healthy and strong, and now my dreams are reality. Okay, I'm sorry. Forever, my lady. It's like a dream. I'm holding you close, you're keeping me warm, and this is ecstasy. Oh man, that feels good playing that joint. That feels good. I'm gonna have to go back and learn this song again, man. I might have to do like a cover of it or something. Like maybe just do a cover of it. Oh, you having my babies. Excuse me, I'm just having a good time with this song. It means so much to me. There's nothing more precious. I don't know about that G major now. Is it supposed to be minor now? Maybe this is nothing more precious.
Dominant.
Oh, it's supposed to be dominant. Okay, so I typed the wrong thing. Okay, I need to fix that then, because I'm looking at, okay. Let me see something. So you having my baby, and it means so much to me. There's nothing more precious. Yes, it is dominant. Thank you. You helped me out. Did you raise a family? There we go. If there's any doubt in your mind, ooh, you can count on me. I'll never let you down, lady, believe in me. You and I would never fall apart. Oh, I'm loving this, man. You and I, we knew right from the start, hey, the day we felt so far in love. These that stay on that chord, felt so far in love. And now our baby is born healthy and strong, and now our dreams are reality. And forever, my lady. Ooh, yeah. It's like a dream.
Maybe we should sing.
I'm holding you close, I'm keeping you warm, and this is ecstasy. Forever, my lady. Okay. I haven't played that song in forever. And that's the rolling board, by the way, First Son. That's called the Grand XV on the rolling board. Oh man. Man, y'all took me back on that one, man.
It's a great song, and again, especially when the way you taught it at the time.
Okay,
you taught the theory of it, and man, it's because otherwise all you're looking at is B flat major 7. You know what I mean? But you explain, this is what makes it a 9. This is what makes it a 7.
Got you.
And
that's interesting, and yet I typed it incorrectly on here. I think I'm so glad the First Sons told me it's supposed to be dominant 9. Thank you, because I wrote GM line, which means major 9. I need to fix it. Let me fix that now. I can edit that now. But what else were you going to say? How you pronounce it? Is it Mayoli?
Yes, sir.
Mayoli. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, what was you saying? I know I kind of cut you off. I'm sorry. I was getting all excited.
Look, hey, you got a screwdriver on top of your.
I know, right? But this doesn't usually sit here. This doesn't. What happened is when I hooked up this rolling thing, the screwdriver was over there, and I had to move it out the way. It's not usually sitting over there.
I was like, anyway,
Now, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, I mean, I still, man, like with your channel, I remember when I think I was used to comment on, I don't remember the specific song that I think it was a Boys to Men, I think, was it Girl in the Life magazine? That was when I was commenting, and then I asked you about your piano, right? And then
Okay.
you told me it was a P45, and then I started Googling it, and then I went like on a 2 months or 3 months search, and then
Right, and
obviously I ended up.
you bought like the next level up from what I have, right?
It's
Didn't
just
you?
I think yeah, the one right above it. I think it was new. I mean, the model was 8 months old at the time, so that was. But no, it was. I always look back to it and it's like that's the reason, and that's why I'm so thankful that obviously your channel exists because it really back when I was younger, I've always wanted a keyboard, but obviously we couldn't afford it, and
Mm,
then later on, knowing all these songs that needs to be played on the piano and actually having someone that teaches it, you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
again, if you look back 10 years ago, these songs are hits, but no one was teaching them,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
It would be
Yeah,
nice to have learned this when I was in university, but
for real.
here I am 2 kids later, right? So
But it's funny that you say that because I want to say that's probably one of the reasons why. I mean, my channel is still relatively small, but because like Piano Clubhouse and them, they got like over 100,000 subs. Jamal Hartwell, But I think one of the things that a lot of people used to comment on the channel when I first got started, and it's funny because that was my focus. My focus was to not just do tutorials that were out there.
yeah,
It was like I really okay, Forever My Lady, that tutorial happened. I might have told the story before. The reason why that tutorial happened, I'm sitting down here in the basement behind all this stuff is where the washing machine and all that stuff is to wash my clothes. I came down here to wash my clothes, but I don't like having to go back up and down the steps. And I'm like, when I get a chance, when I come down here to wash clothes, I always would come back here and I would, either I would be producing the song. Now I wasn't doing tutorials at the time, so it
yeah,
wasn't like that. It was like, so I'm like, and I literally sat down and was like, I would really like to learn how to play Forever My Lady. So what happened is that I wasn't doing tutorials, and I went online and I did a search, and I was looking for Forever My Lady, and
and you
and
complained that none of them were right. I do recall
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah, no, it just wasn't right.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember because and I was I think I might Forever My Lady is not the very first tutorial I did. It might be like the second or third one I ever upload because the first one was Sweet November by Troop. But it's like I just, and I did figure that one out by ear, and I just thought I got lucky with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been a person that always needed the sheet music, always needed sheet music or whatever to learn a song. And I just thought I kind of just got lucky with that, right? I was like, well, maybe it was just a simple song and I got lucky with it. And with Forever My Lady, long story short, because I'm taking a long time to tell the story, but long story short, I just wanted to learn how to play it. And I don't even remember, I don't even know who channel it was. I don't even know who it was. I was just like, this is not right. And I was like, and I said, I'm gonna see while I'm sitting down here, I'm gonna see if by the time I'm finished washing these clothes, if or by the time the washing machine finished washing them, because I didn't wash them, I just put them in the washing machine. That's it. Washing machine did the work. But I said by the time the washing machine is done, I'm gonna see if I can. And when I shot the out of myself because I was like, this really sounds like it's the song. I can't believe it. And that's when I said I'm going to do a tutorial on this because it's not a good one online. And that's the 100% truth. That's how that tutorial happened. And a lot of people said they found my channel because of that particular tutorial. It was like they found that, and when they saw that tutorial, that's when they subscribed. Now
it's
I'll go ahead. What did you get ready to say? I'm sorry.
no. I said I think your channel, and again, there's a few, but because because you always mention 1, 2, 3 classics, right? But it actually that's what it is, right? Because we are, keep in mind when these songs were popular, there was no way to teach them to us at that time because the technology wasn't there. And even if it was, the person that could actually play it probably can't afford the technology to teach it to us,
Mm-hmm.
right? But because
True.
now think about it, there's some songs now, let's say Taylor Swift, the song comes out today, later this afternoon or tonight someone
Somebody,
comes up with a tutorial, you understand?
yeah,
We don't
yep,
have that with the songs we grew up with. i've
yeah.
i've been trying to learn 6/8/12 for a long time, and it took me 10 years until I found the guitar, the guy that actually knew how to teach it
Mm-hmm.
and actually had the camera with the proper quality to actually film it,
Right, to
right?
actually see it. It's important for people to be able to see too. Right, you're right.
Exactly. And it's the premise of my channel is almost the same thing. Like most of the songs on my channel and on my website are songs that are 20 years old, that, or at the very least 15 years old, right? I don't even know who, I mean, the people that probably would have listened to them are probably having kids. I mean, if they have kids by now, I don't even know if they play those songs anymore, right? But I've always wanted to have something where I can leave it there, and then I can go back to it. Because what happened is when you learn a song and you don't write it down, sometimes you forget. So
Oh yeah, that ain't no sometimes for me. That's the reason why I made chord sheets.
yeah,
Because as I'm learning, especially when I'm learning a song, and I have to literally learn it one chord at a time,
yeah,
literally, like because it's like I can't. It's no real number system to follow. It's one of
yeah,
those crazy songs, and there's no sheet music. So I literally will listen to one chord at a time and say, okay,
yes.
that's the this chord, and then I'll go to the next chord like that. Yeah, yeah. Don't laugh at me, man. Though those are the times when my tutorials take hours and hours to do because it's just, mm,
Oh, your
yeah.
first son's what? Hey, first, what is his first name? What's your first name, man?
First son Motif.
Sure, first son Motif. We'll go with that.
You know
Yeah,
what though? Check this out. I've been talking to First Sons. He's been supporting me on Patreon forever.
yeah.
I literally learned what his first name was today. I ain't gonna put it out there because he don't want to put it
That's
out
okay.
there.
That's okay.
But
If
I
you want to
literally
make it
learned it
private,
today.
that's fine. That's fine. But I
Yeah,
just wanted to say there was a video that he actually did, that you did back in the days. I think it was a Babyface song, that "The Loneliness." When
Oh,
I
he
was
learned that
do
from me. He learned that from me. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I first did the tutorial on the guitar, I didn't even know that one existed, and I was so glad it did exist. And I got to compare, because you don't want the tutorial to be way too off from.
yeah.
The
Boy,
real song.
from
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
yeah. The guitar back up. I haven't picked it up in a while now.
Yeah, but yeah, because what it is, I remember when I did the tutorial, that was a song that I did just because I always wanted to learn how to play it. Like I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, around May of last year, so it was almost around this same time last year. Be up until that point, I was getting so many tutorial requests, and I would literally go to work, come home, do 3 or 4 tutorials, stay up to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe get an hour's sleep, and go back to work. And I work with kids. And I mean, that was like I would almost like not give myself, because the channel started growing and people was just sending in requests, and I wanted to stay on top. And I got to a point where I got burnt out. And I totally stopped doing tutorials. I don't know if y'all remember. It was like May of last year. I mean, I ain't put up anything for like 3 months, man. No, not months. I'm sorry. About 3 weeks. It was about 3 weeks where I didn't put up anything. And it's important to just watch. It's like for me, and part of the reason that I got burned out too is because it was so many songs that were coming in, requests of stuff I didn't even know, stuff I didn't like. It
I
didn't
was gonna just ask
to
that.
me. And I'm like, and I mean, it was consistently. And I even had some, Biggie Small stuff, that type of stuff. And I'm like, I don't listen to this. I don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I went crazy. So now the reason why I don't care I'll refund people's money in a second if I haven't done that tutorial.
I
They'll
was
be
just
like,
gonna ask you that. Like, have you ever come across a tutorial where people ask you for something and you just don't like the song?
oh yeah, I get that all the time. Yeah, half the
I
time I get
because
that.
my tutorials are free, right? Like, I mean, because it's a website and stuff, so I don't actually charge.
Right,
And then so I get, I get the song. I was like, I really don't like this song. I'm gonna take 3 hours to learn it. That's 3 hours I'm never gonna get back. And
right.
so I find, one thing I also noticed was, obviously the viewers get younger and younger, or I'm getting older, which probably both at the same time, and the songs are, is going outside of the, like, for example, mine is the 90s R&B or mid 2000s, right? Or
Uh-huh.
even songs from Madagascar in that era. So when someone asks me for something that, a song from 2017, I can't relate to a song at all. And I'm listening to them. I was like, I really don't want to do this. So I have to tell them, I was like, okay, well, the song, I mean, my website has a specific focus, and this is not one of them. Can you request something else?
Right, right. I need to do that more often, to be honest with you. With some of the stuff, for some of the stuff, just be like, I just need to be up like as soon as it comes in, be like,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Not
no,
a first
no.
request.
Because it is a time investment, right? Like 2 hours or 3 hours of doing something you don't like. You
I've
know, it-
and I burnt myself out, and that's the reason why to this day I will do tutorials that I just want to learn. I would do that. I would do it like, matter of fact, Ready or Not by After Seven. When I did that one, that wasn't a request. That was just me saying, I want to do this. I want to learn this. I've always loved it. And I did it
yeah.
like this week. And I have to do that. It helps keep me from being so burned out. But,
Yeah.
especially if I get a whole bunch of songs and I don't know them. And I'm like, okay, I need a break. I need something that I know. I need something that I can sit down here and there'll
Yeah.
be a smile on my face the whole time I'm learning it because I'm enjoying it. So
Well,
that's the reason why I
thank
do.
you for doing that Jahim song. I really appreciate it. Because I think you did say that you've never heard of it before.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
I,
but yeah, but see, but at least that one, I don't mind the songs I never heard before, but it sounds good. Although it got on my nerves with all the different breaks. Have you heard that song before? First Son.
I'm sorry.
That song, it's like every other word, the music goes. Brr. It's just like it's always a break. And I was trying to get with the flow of the song,
Who
and
sing?
it keeps. It's what is it called? Is it called Never?
Never of Jahim. Yeah.
Yeah, Never by Jay. I just did the tutorial like this. He was the one that paid for it. The guy we're talking to right
I
now.
have a theory on that. Can I explain the theory on it?
Of course.
I think, again, I can't prove this, but it sounded like they just bought a new keyboard, and also they forgot how the song goes, and they just kind of, because if you listen to the song, it almost feels like they forgot part of the lyrics, and it's like, what goes next, right? Or what is the next chord? And they just kind of pause. Oh, right, it's a C sharp minor seven, right? Because
I,
even the chords on it is, I think there was a D flat minor seven and an E, which is practically the same chords but just with a different bass, right? It almost sounds like if they just got a new keyboard and just wanted to try a whole bunch of things.
I mean that could have happened. But all I know is it's like, and it's a nice song, but it was just like it's like part of the thing I had to learn for that in order to teach that tutorial is, and I'm so glad I'm done with it because I'm like I had to learn every time where to put breaks and hits. So that's why when I do the chord sheet like that one, I think I had a lot of stuff where I said hit on the chord sheet.
Yeah.
I put notes in there. That's for me for when I'm teaching the song. It's like sometimes I have to add extra stuff to my chord sheet because it's like, yo, it's like it's not just simple, you know,
And there's a huge amount of pause between some of the chords.
right.
Yeah. And then the bridge was insane. I don't know how you got that bridge
That
right. That was
bridge, it
amazing.
was one chord at a time. It was
Yeah.
one chord. I literally had to just listen to one because it made no sense. It didn't make it was no like musical sense to it. So it was like I'm like listening one chord and I said, okay, what's the next one? It's like it started out making sense. It was like the first couple of chords was like, okay,
Yeah.
but then all of a sudden it just went to I'm like I'm like what Will Smith used to do when he used to sound like Scooby Doo, like on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay. I was done, man. When I finished that tutorial, I was like, okay, I don't never have to play that ever again. It'd be fun, and it's funny. It's called Never. The name of
Yeah,
the and it'd be funny if I get hired to do a wedding and somebody be like, "Can you play that song called Never by Johnny?" I'm gonna be like, "Ah, you're gonna have to pay me $10,000 if I have to do that again."
it's a great song, but you're right about the breaks. The way I've been meaning to request that song for the longest time, but but yeah, it's amazing the way you did it because I even the opening notes, right? That augmented chord, I would have never
Yeah,
guessed
I know
it.
it's A flat augmented. I think it was something like that. It
Yeah,
started with that chord. It didn't went some. I can't remember, but I remember
yeah.
that chord.
Anyway, I'll try to request something that's a bit. I have a
Is
couple of songs that I have in mind that I want you to request. And
you want
have you
me to
ever
do
heard of?
6/8/12? I see you said you like that song.
I actually already know how to play 6/8/12 on the guitar, and I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
what's up?
yeah. Hey, I gotta grab some dinner, man.
Okay, yeah. It's all good, man. I know.
All right,
We
man.
kept you for a minute.
I want to say thank you, man. Had a good time tonight, man.
Yeah, I did too,
it was
man. We
nice to meet you, man.
You too.
I don't know. I mean, if we do this again next week, and it might not be on Saturday because I have a rehearsal to next week, but it could be on a Friday or a Sunday or something. I don't know, something like that. If y'all want to try to do this again, but it's all
Yeah,
good, man.
out, man. Had a good time.
Yeah, man, it was very fun, man. Yeah, get yourself something. I'm gonna be getting myself something to eat soon too, because I haven't eaten since this morning. So trust me.
Oh wow,
Oh
That's
you're
yeah.
just
in
what I was
Baltimore.
thinking.
Is it Eastern time?
Yeah, it's Eastern Standard Time. But see, I've been sleep. I stayed up all night. I did a tutorial. I think I did 2 tutorials, and I stayed up all night. So I actually went to sleep this morning and slept
Oh
all
wow.
day. And then I came straight down here to do this live. That's why. That's the only reason why I haven't eaten since this morning. I literally slept until it was just about time to do this. I talked to First Sons a little bit on the Instant Messenger thing. Then I fell asleep. That's all good. All right, First Sons, man. I'll be in touch, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Peace. All right. Yo,
That's a good
I,
lady.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the core. I'm looking at they have 6/8/9, 6/8/12 on sheet music plus what's it called? Sheetmusic.com. It goes like this. Does that sound right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
All right. Do you ever think about me? Do you ever cry yourself to sleep in the middle of the night when you're awake? Are you calling out for me? Oh yeah, now it's starting to come back to me now. You go to
Yeah,
page
it's a
two.
great song, isn't
Do
it?
you ever? Yeah, I can't believe. I'm sorry, that's just B flat 7. Yeah. It's been 6 months, 8 days, 12 hours since you've been away. I made that. Oh man, I might have to do a tutorial tonight on this. Just for the fun.
It's a great song. I
And the chords
have
are right here in front of my face. So cool. On the sheet music.
yeah, it's I've always wanted to learn it. It's very it's deceptively simple, but when you actually but knowing that it's Brian McKnight, when you look at the chords are, as you know, because you've taught One Last Cry. He does have some fancy chords in there.
All the time.
Um,
Yeah, all the time.
like when he does his because usually he transposes it on the guitar and then he plays these chords. I think it's like six. Is it 6/9 chords?
Yeah,
It's
6/9
really
chords. Yeah.
yeah. It
You
really
just
sounds
you
really
just
good.
add the 6th scale degree and the 9th scale degree to the chord.
Yeah,
That's all. Yep.
yeah. And again, so when I played guitar, I had to memorize that. I was like, okay, that this is the shape. But when I played piano, thanks to you, I actually know, okay, well, this is the 6 and then the 9 makes sense to me. It's like, okay,
Right,
right?
right, right.
So there's actually logic behind it, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it
Uh,
is. It's yes. If you know the theory behind it, that's the reason why I always stress learn theory, learn theory. And it's I remember when I put those tutorials up where I showed people first I showed how to figure out where the notes on the piano are. So I
Yeah.
tried to go all the way to if you knew nothing about the piano. Okay, this is where you how you find C, D, E, F, G. And then the next one was okay, now you have to learn half steps and whole steps. And then from there I did a video showing the major scale. It's like you know, whole
Yeah.
step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half. And you know, and I literally was going as if you never ever. It's like if people who really want to learn how to play the piano, if they really study the stuff that's in that video, they will have a whole lot.
Well, dude, this is how it started. Those 4 videos.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the
You
basic
go,
of, yeah.
yeah, right. And that was my whole point. My whole point. And if you know, look at those videos, they have hardly any views in them, and those videos are like 4 or 5 years old. Hardly any views on them. It's like, and it just amazes me. Like people like, how do you do this? I want to be able to play like you or whatever, whatever. And it's just like, and do you know how many times give people the link to that playlist? I'm like, well, you need to learn the basics. Here's a link. I have whatever, there's 4 or 5 videos. I'm like, start where you need to start. You might already know where C, D, E, F, G is on the piano. So okay,
Right.
you can skip the first. Okay, obviously skip the first one. But if you don't know all your major and minor scales, well, then that's the video you start on. You start and you learn that.
Yeah.
Now after that, I'm like, now you need to learn how to build chords. Okay, so you build your major chord by taking the first note, the third note, and the fifth note of the major scale and play those notes together. Bam, you have a major chord. Now, if you take the third and lower it down a half step, that chord
Mm-hmm.
becomes what? It's
Minor. Yeah.
real simple. I make it simple as I don't know what. And it's like you got people that's just they too lazy.
Yeah, I think it's that, because and again, some of this is, it's cultural to us that everyone wants to be a natural player, but that doesn't happen to everyone, right? So there, I've natural talent is just by virtue of being natural talent, it just doesn't happen all that often,
You got
right?
that
So you have to like in my case, I don't have that natural talent. So I have to sit down and say, okay, I understand the theory, and that's why I wanted to start with that, because otherwise, one of the and we see this all the time on YouTube when you look at some tutorials where they don't call out the chords, and that the moment I see that, I just skip the tutorial. Where like they tell you, for example, okay, you play the B and then the D and then the G flat on the right hand, and on your left hand you play and they don't name the chord, right?
right,
So now you have to remember 6 different keys, instead of they could have just said, okay, this is a B minor 7
right,
and this is how you play it, right?
right, right, right.
And that makes a huge difference, because otherwise all you're trying to remember is where does your finger go, and that usually is not like, you may remember it now, but then next week you probably forget all of it, right? So
Right.
uh,
Here's the problem. Right. They might remember it when they learn it, but let's say a week, let's
yeah,
say 2 years go past, right?
yeah,
Look, I mean, okay, Forever My Lady. I don't know when was the last time I played Forever My Lady, but
yeah,
because I know my chords, I was
yeah,
able to look at that chord sheet and I was able, even though I mean, I still made some mistakes here and there, I still was able to generally get through that song just
yeah,
because I know how chords, I know my chords.
yeah.
It's simple. It's not magic. It's work.
It
It's
is.
a lot of work in practice. It's like it's not magic, but it's like I can look at a chord sheet and say, oh, okay, it says B flat major 9. Okay, so and I'm like, oh, okay, so you having my baby. And then I had the A, the A7 with the sharp 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
A7 sharp. I never forget that chord, because I'm like, A7 sharp 5. All right, let's try it.
yeah, it's hard to forget that.
And
I
and I
learned.
mean, there's a groove to it too, because I think the very next chord is an A7 over C sharp,
Yes, it
right?
is.
So you got a boom, down, right? And
Yeah.
and I completely missed the groove the first time. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. I feel you talking about the.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But because that song has swag. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like,
Yeah, I
you
know.
can
Oh
wear your
no.
sunglasses, and then
Yeah,
you
man.
know and you know but you have to anyway. But man, I can't thank you enough for this channel. It's hard to really put in words, you know like how, with the guitar, I was fortunate that finally, I think 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I was able to, because I can understand how to play it and then be able to play the songs that I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the piano is actually the first instrument that I bought, but I've never been able to achieve that because when you buy an instrument, you want to play the songs that you listen to, right? And I think in my opinion, this is why people don't stick to piano, because if they go take a piano lesson and they teach them classical music, and the kid has no interest in that classical music, right? They want to play stuff that they hear on the radio.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, so when I came onto your channel, I was like, wait a minute, this dude has all the songs that I've been listening to on my iTunes. And so I started browsing through the entire thing, and you had like, at that point, I think you had like 400 videos, and I keep scrolling. It's like, and then I start saving them because I don't remember, right? And you
Right.
may recall, yeah. And and at the time, I had no idea how to play them, right? And keep in mind, your tutorials are usually more than 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, so I'm sitting there, I was like, wow, and I didn't have a keyboard, so I'm like, but finally, that day, actually decided, you know what, I'm gonna learn this. And yeah, so I really do hope that it keeps growing the way it's supposed to be, and
Hope so too, man.
I think people should get you that Motif. I'm all for it. Put the price in there, and then we're gonna chop it up to, okay, how many people do we need to get to that amount?
I'm not going to put that on. I don't
You
want
know
to
what I'm
put that
saying?
on. I don't want to put that. I mean, if people want to donate, that's one thing, but I don't want to put it out there. I don't want
Oh
to
no,
put.
no, no! I'm not saying begging, but I'm saying like this is the goal. If obviously keep sponsoring the channel so we can actually get to that goal. You may
Mhm.
need to get rid of some of your keyboard though, because I think you.
Yeah, something's going to have to go.
Yeah,
Either
yeah.
that, it's like, yeah, either that or leave one at church or something. I don't know. So I don't carry no keyboards to church because we have a grand piano.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but it would be nice to have a keyboard there. I'm like, could take one at church and just leave it at the church. Ugh,
Yeah.
something like
So,
that.
but no, I'm glad that you know what I'm telling you, man. When I search for songs on YouTube, I don't even have to type House of Jazz anymore,
Oh, that's what's up.
because yours is, I think, at the minimum, it's on the third one, right?
Right.
Usually it's the top hit, but it could.
Yeah, and there's a lot of songs that I'm the first one to do a tutorial for.
And
And
there's
that,
also that, right?
yeah, what you say?
No, no, and that's exactly. There's also that. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
this is a lot of times this is R&B, and by it being R&B, it's a niche market at this point. You know what
Uh,
I mean? And
yeah.
so the audience, you know what I mean, is very, without stereotyping. There is a certain type of audience that these songs tend to attract to, right? And
Yeah.
so by virtue of that, there's not a lot of people that teach them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like for like I mean, Jodeci. There's very few. First of all, there's very few people that can play Jodeci,
Right,
and
right.
out of those, there's very few people that know how to teach them, and out of those, there's very few people that is willing to teach them,
Yeah.
and then
Jordan,
teach them
right,
right. And that you happen to be like one of maybe three people on
right.
YouTube that
Yeah.
can actually do that.
Yeah, a lot of that Jodeci stuff I was the first one to do because nobody had did it yet.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I always talk about the guy P. Ellis. He was the one that just it's like I did Forever My Lady. I did that on my own, but once I did it, he's so man. If I send you some money, man, can you do this song? And that's where the
yeah.
tutorial took off. That's where the money and everything. It's because of him.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
yeah, that's why that started happening. And so all those Jodeci, he was asking me to do all this stuff. It's like the stuff. It's funny now because it's like you might see a couple of Jodeci tutorials online, but if you look at for the most part, if you look at the date on them, is you'll see that
Yeah,
I
it's
put him up.
leveraged based on yours. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I put him up first, and then there's one person out there that will basically literally copycat.
yeah,
So I ain't like I said, I ain't putting no names out there, but but there's the funny thing is that there's other people who notice that. I've had people come to me and say, ask about that person and say, is that person? It seems like every time you do something, that person does it and plays it exactly the same way you taught it. and I'll just sit there and go,
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do is maybe condense his so that it's a shorter version.
right.
And I mean, I can see the value of that. Where okay, well, if you don't have 25 minutes, here's how you learn it in, I don't know, eight, whatever.
My problem is just that, but if you're going to learn how to play it from me,
But I do think that there should be some sort. And I was actually going to ask you that because there's a couple of songs on your channel that I'm hoping to um, do a tutorial, but on the guitar. But
yeah,
obviously, I'm going to ask your permission. And obviously, when I do actually eventually film it, I'll make sure that I make a reference that this is highly leveraged from this particular video,
okay.
from this channel. And please visit that channel if
See, by you doing guitar, it's totally different because it's like I
yeah, but
can't.
it's a sign of respect, right? I think
Right.
if you
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's what I feel. I feel so disrespected by that person. It's just not even funny. But yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like for that song of Eric Benet,
Spin.
"Sometimes I Cry."
Okay.
That song is great on the guitar. I tried it,
Okay.
based exactly on the chords that you had.
Okay.
It sounds great. So I want to do it on the guitar, but I'll make sure to reference you when that time comes. I just don't have time right now because
Right.
it's
I,
busy. But
I mean, you at work right now,
yeah, I'm
but I'm about
probably
to
gonna.
get off like First Sons did because I
Yes,
don't know
sir.
how long we've been on this thing. Probably about 3 hours, probably.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, it was very nice to speak with you. And again, next time, yeah, maybe I'm next to the instruments and we can do something. But
Yeah, that would be
not
real.
today.
That would be
Yeah.
real good.
Yes, sir. It was a
I
pleasure. Thank you so much. Eh?
pleasure, pleasure, man, pleasure.
Yeah.
And for the 5 people who are in here still watching, we are definitely signing out now. Thank you for those that stayed the whole time and those that peeked their head in and everything. It was a good time, but we are all. Oh, Nicole H, I didn't even see you say that. What's up, Nicole? How you doing? You might have. I hope you didn't leave the room before I could recognize you. My bad. You know, it was a pleasure listening to you guys talk music. Oh, okay. So Fresh Sounds, I appreciate that, man. Thanks, Fresh Sounds. It was just it's like, oh, Nicole, okay, you are still there. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I don't know if y'all just tuning in or whatever, but we just just had some fun, But once I stopped the broadcast, I think after a couple of minutes, YouTube processes the video and it'll be available if you did miss anything. I've learned greatly from you. I'm honored, man. I'm honored. I'm so honored. I was late to the party. It's okay, Nicole, man. But I mean, like I said, once I stop it, I don't know. I guess with live video, it gets processed on the YouTube server automatically. So but I have to stop it first. So once I stop the broadcast, give it a few minutes and you can at least, you might not want to sit through all 3 hours of it, but at least you can, kind of, you know, skip around it and see some of the things we did do another one gotta go. We did it with female R&B groups. Well, actually it was two had to go because we had 7 different groups and we said 2 of them had to go, so we did that. uh First Son's Motif was on here with me for most of the time. He asked me some questions, then we started fooling around. I switched my keyboard. I switched to a different keyboard right here live, so because I don't listen to my rolling board, so it's a lot of stuff on here. So but it's all good. But again, man, for all y'all who are here, thank you so much for y'all continued support. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I'm definitely not. I have to go to church in the morning too, so I gotta. I've been here since about 7, right? Yeah, it's probably pushing about 4 hours. It's time for me to go. All right, y'all. So I will catch y'all on the next one. What time do you usually do your live video so I can catch you next time? I try to do them around 7 o'clock on Saturday. Next week, I do have a um a rehearsal with a band that I just kind of started playing with maybe about a year ago. So I don't know if I will even do a live next Saturday. I might still do one next week and maybe it'll be on Friday or something, or maybe Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll try to put a notice in the community tab on my page so you can always just kind of just click on the community tab and you can see when I'll I'll try. Usually I do it on the day of, but I'll try to give, a couple of day notice, so maybe 2 or 3 days ahead of time I'll say something. All right. So okay, cool. All right, y'all. So all right, time for me to sign off again. Thank you all for watching and just having fun with us. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.